ready. One thing more ready than you.
Yeah, I had it here. I just didn't look at it.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I never look at my character sheet.
Make sure audio is going. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh. We lose him?
No,
Who'd we lose?
I'm trying to zoom out on this program enough where I can hit the OK button. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody can hear me still?
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So we'll start recording, start the stream. We've got all that going. We'll double check on to YouTube that we have something. Yep, that we're broadcasting. And none of this is going up. Luckily, I didn't turn the microphones on. And we will fade in. So welcome to the company of the Whiskey Drinking Bear. Threats from Mirkwood, a one-ring podcast. We're playing the Darkening of Mirkwood campaign as produced by Cubicle 7 in England. It's a beautiful role-playing game that wonderfully captures the feel of Tolkien's work. And let's go around the table and introduce our players and who everybody's playing. Mary.
I'm playing Lorith, the ranger.
Okay. George.
Aye, this be Thror, played by George Klein.
Mike.
I am playing Ella Brimborn, the Elf of Mirkwood, and you can follow me on Twitter at Padme's Lover.
Cool. And Steve.
I am Steve, and I'm playing Grimbold, the exiled rider of Rohan,
Cool.
wandering the plains and
We'll have to
recently
We'll have to
joining the party.
We'll have to break out the Rohan adventures. Oaths of the
Oh my god!
coming down the road as we get a little bit further into the campaign.
No bad news, Thror.
Yeah,
Ella
you're
Brimborn
gonna
would
have
love
a
it.
little problem there.
You'd have to give me a cart.
So who remembers what happened last time we played?
Not me.
No,
Not a thing.
Mary's got some brain problems right now.
What's my excuse?
I don't know.
Wouldn't
It's up
remember
to you.
anyway.
I remembered everything about a week afterwards really well.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's been a lot longer than that.
Thror, Ella Brimborn, do you remember what happened in the last session?
I know we got a crown from the dwarves of Erebor. Made this beautiful crown as a gift to the folks, I believe, in Sunsteed. So we had to bring the crown down to them to give to a Barrow White to try to appease the Barrow White. Because its influence returned, even though we had banished it in the past. And en route down there, we met a crazy shepherd that was touched by the shadow, who potentially had killed his own kin, and I think was intending on killing us as well. But we were able to skirt him, and I think we came upon a group of elves that it was Thror's brother-in-law, right, Thror?
Yeah, we came across the dwarves.
I was going to say I thought he was a dwarf, but
Yeah.
Did I say
my
elves?
brain is really not working.
Yep.
Did I say elves?
Yes.
You did.
Elves, dwarves are all the same thing.
Prince Thorin, who took a liking to Lorith and
That I remember.
wanted to spend some special time with Lorith.
Not that way. People.
Well, we didn't know what kind of time you wanted to
They
spend.
arm wrestled, as I recall.
And I won.
Yep. Yep,
And-
she
Right.
won.
And Dwarven Ilk, and the Dwarven Ilk sang and played music, and we danced and shot fireworks.
What a good time.
Hmm.
And eventually we did get to
The barrel.
Sunsteed.
Sunsteed, and we went with the leader of Sunsteed to the Barrow White, and he presented him with the crown while we waited out, and it didn't go well, and we ended up having to rescue him.
Okay. And
Barrow White.
he had turned the Helm of Peace into the Helm of Death, which we destroyed.
Yep.
Never to be found again, buried in the tomb. And
And we
doing a
did,
very, very positive thing in the long term for this campaign.
and we came across Golem,
Yep.
and we did go to an elven camp and learn that Sauron had revealed himself.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah.
So we are now in the deep darkness of shadow upon us.
And as you do this, you go off on your fellowship phase at the end of the year to think about the changes that are coming in the world and to think about your roles in this and how you are going to prepare yourselves for the challenges that lie ahead. So who wants to go first in their doing their fellowship phase?
Or we didn't have a plan that we already said. Or did we end saying...
We ended saying we're going to do the fellowship phase.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go with George.
So Thror has decided to return to Erebor to his newlywed, and the journey took quite some time, and we traveled back through the forests of Mirkwood and up through the river country to Lake Town, and fortunately we didn't run into too many problems. We actually caught up with the Elven caravan and traveled with them back to towards.
Well, the elves were headed out to Dorwinian, so
Oh.
they weren't
I thought they
heading
were.
on the way back. They're going way
Okay.
out.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then then I would have maybe caught on with any other of Seowin's people traveling north for trade,
Sure.
and
plenty.
traveled with them for a majority of the time, trying to make haste back to Erebor so that I can give word to King Dane and to be with Mare. And it was a pretty somber situation with the king, and not sure how he reacted. Maybe you can.
You see the a return as you are introduced, and there is Mare and King Dane sitting on their thrones up there. And Mare says, "You seem troubled, my love. What has happened?"
We delivered the Helm of Peace, and it was unfortunately the Barrow White was very powerful, and it corrupted the helm and turned it into a helm of darkness, and tried to take over Seowin, but we managed to destroy the helm and save Seowin. But as we ventured towards Seowin's home, we learned that Sauron had unveiled himself, and he is now upon the lands again.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Sauron
shadow-
is vanquished. Was destroyed.
I'm sorry, my king, but the news came from the elves of Mirkwood. They would not lie to me, being an elf friend of theirs.
Mayor turns
believe.
to Dane and says, "What do they have to gain with such horrible news?" The king says, "I don't know. Maybe something."
There's nothing to gain, my king. It's as we've been seeing, all the darkness and the magics that have cursed themselves upon our lands recently. We must do what we can to fight it back and prevail as we did before. Somehow vanquish this shadow from Middle Earth.
So we shall. I will send agents out east to see what they have seen, and I will try to send messengers to King Thranduil to see what he knows about this. We are not. Erebor will not stand alone, or it will fall alone.
Yes, my king. Are there any tasks for which you would like me to pursue at this time?
I believe that you have. Mayor would like you to spend a little time at home. And who am I to deny my daughter what she wishes?
Thank you, my lord. I will cherish this time with her as best we can. I'm sure we will find plenty of things to do.
Mayor kind of blushes a little bit there.
I think that horse is
Nah,
left the stable.
very good. I will take my leave now and rest. It's been a long journey.
Okay. You go and rest.
So I traveled back to Erebor, and then I spend a lot of good time with Mare, and I start working on some battle armor, and I craft the dwarf wrought hauberk, which is armor which will help make weapons be less likely to wound me. So I spend my time learning how to craft some additional dwarven magic upon my armor, and spend time learning some new skills which I have yet to select. I'll have to take a couple minutes to think about that. Okay.
So you're taking a valor or a wisdom rank?
I took a valor.
A valor to get the gift and get you work on that?
Yeah, I get the dwarf rock hauberk, which gives me lets me add my favored body to my protection tests.
Okay. Fantasy name generators. For those of you watching the broadcast live, you're seeing that I'm going to fantasynamegenerators.com. It's indeed my favorite website nowadays. There's a pop culture button right here. You can go right on down to Lord of the Rings and find random names for any race in there. Dundelings, dwarves. As I am going into there to find a quickly find a name for you.
As long as it's not Toriel.
I don't think it will be. You are working with a craftsman who you worked with before for many times. His name is Dwuck, and he is laughing his ass off when he sees you come into the forges. He goes, the one who always left first from his lessons is returned.
I always was in a rush when I was young. I have returned to take back up my craft further and pursue pursue the need to improve my armor as tidings come this way that we must prepare for.
You need to make me here first thing when the sun rises, and you will not leave until the sun sets. And after we leave, you will leave with us, and we will celebrate what we have crafted before we return to our families. This is all part of the art of construction and masterful in the forge.
I commit myself to this, as the time that will come soon will need our dwarven weapons and our dwarven armor like no other time has come before.
Okay. Thor's
How do you spell
mentor at Forge. Make a craft roll for me for the first couple days of your work.
Alright. Alright, that's a Gandalf, but no Tengu.
You are going with fierceness in your eyes. You are not resting. You don't even notice ladles of water being offered to you as you are drenched in sweat, working at the heart of the forges, crafting, making the small progress that's in there, but a constant case that's present and earning the respect of all the those that work in there. So, who would like to go next?
Ella Brimhorn can go next.
Okay.
So he's going to. He got this new parcel of land down in Sunsteed, and his idea is to do maybe like some kind of inn or bar, kind of in and grow woods and stuff around that. So grow trees in this area, and also basically have a bar. So he wants to go back and talk to the brandy bucks at the Easterly Inn, Dantus and
Donitis?
Doty.
And Doty, okay.
About that, and maybe talk to Togo Maggot and see if Togo Maggot would be interested in running our old friend Togo Maggot, if he would be interested in running the place down in Sunsteed.
Okay. So you have the brothers together at the Easterly Inn, and they look at you and say, "You got a parcel of land in Sunsteed? That's hard to come by."
And we're business partners, friends.
But that's far
We're business partners, and I think we should expand our interests down there too. Keep heading east, gentlemen.
Keep heading east, yes. But if you look at the map, this is far south of Dale and Laketown. I mean, there's nobody down there but the people in Sunsteed.
They're thirsty workers down there.
Aye, that is true. But what about getting supplies through? It doesn't look like an easy route there.
Could be true, but I mean, they get wine delivery to the elves up in Mirkwood. I don't know why we can't expand down there too. There was a young lady that I met that had Darwinian wine not too far from there. Maybe we can make it maybe we can work with them and get wine into that area. If there wasn't wine that far, there's wine on that side of the woods.
Oh, there is in Darwinian, but it's not the fine wine of the Shire.
Well, I'm just trying to get. We can get supplies. I know it's hard to go over there, and I was thinking about talking to our old friend. You remember him from long ago, the Togo Maggot, to see what he was doing and see if he would be interested in running the inn down in that area.
You tell me you can play Togo for me. Is Togo interested?
Yes, because he has adventured. He went on. He wanted to be a treasure finder, kind of like Bilbo, and he fought one of the sisters, or one of the daughters of Sheila, one of the spiders.
Mm-hmm.
So he is ready to basically kick back and enjoy and do something and be partners in that area.
So we're gonna call this the really Easterly Inn?
I don't know. The name is up for judgment. So we could call it something to do with the company, the Whiskey Drinking Bear. Maybe it's like the Hard Rock Cafe. We could try to make it famous or something like that.
I like that. That's catchy.
Right? Use marketing.
So it's a little bit long, the name. Whiskey Drinking Bear?
That sounds great.
And that it is.
And there's people up in Lake Town that are making special drinks. I'll have to talk to you about as well. Possibly I can get some of their wares down there too. It can be kind of like a multicultural bar where we have things from the Shire and things from Darwinia and from Lake Town and all over.
There you go. You're taking our ideas and you're getting weird with it. The idea here was to create a taste and feel of the Shire.
Well, we're going to go multiple different places, just like the company, the Whiskey Drinking Bear. Let's say you can explore just like we did.
Okay.
See the world at our pub.
But we're going to need help to put out investment for stocking this up and for building this. We're talking 10 treasure each.
Well, I have 19 treasure. So I can even
10 treasures in. We'll each put 10. Both of us will put 10 toward it, and you can get your people in Sunsteed to start building.
Sounds wonderful.
Now I know what to do with.
And then you guys can go on holiday and do it as a write-off. Check out the new location. I'll try to head down that way. Now, realizing what the history is, I can see that this place could be destined for badness, but kind of, metagaming.
Now Lorith knows what to do with her parcel. I can grow grain on it and sell it to you at a premium.
There you go.
Because
grain
and
grapes.
You. Or I could grow grapes.
Right. You could grow both. It's perfect.
Perhaps.
If you want, you can be partners with us in the endeavor. I guess we'll talk about that when I see you again. But I also wanted to stop back at the halls of Thranduil too, and as part of my fellowship phase 2, like advance as far as magic, go up the last level in my spell casting.
Doing business with elves is how my people got in trouble in the first place. Ever heard of a little thing called the Fall of Numenor?
Yeah, but I mean, this is small potatoes.
That's how it always starts. Small.
I'm sure this area is destined to be a moneymaker. What could go wrong?
You'll put it on the map.
There's going to be, with Sauron on the rise, we're going to need an area of gathering for people to conspire against the shadow.
Yeah.
This will be an important public meeting place.
Okay, so that's now you're kind of going over to what I was going to talk
That's
about.
right.
So.
Put a target on its back.
I'm trying to make role-playing elements so that my whole business is going to be ruined. My treasure points go to hell. I'm kind of planning on it.
You only have 19 treasure? What have you been doing with your treasure?
I give it away to people.
I have 68 points. Well, I gave some of mine away too, but
I give it to poor people at times. I buy a pot with it. I buy Old Toby.
Wow. Okay.
And then I give that out. It works. It greases palms. Yeah.
You meet with Othon, a elven mage in Thranduil's court, and he says, "Elebrimborn, do you wish to share another song with me, or a rhyme of lore? How may I help you today?"
I would like to. I have learned how to put elven magic on my arrows and create the elf lights. But I'd like to be able to go one step further and be able to snuff the elf light out and basically put a living creature to an enchanted sleep using the elf light, and I wish to learn that ability. There's many times where I might not have to harm a creature if I can put it to sleep, and then we can go away.
That is
so
the wisdom I wish I would hear from many of those who sought such power from me. Come, we shall go off into the forest. I'm sure there's a rabbit or two who wouldn't mind a nap. And he goes off with you and shows you this ability.
Excellent.
That brings us to Lorith.
I am going to do a check-in at the inn at Bree.
Okay, you travel all the way out to Bree.
With, there's one of my kin should be there, and I want to get news from them of my father and what happened, and tell them, in case they don't know yet, though I'm sure they do, about apples. Well, they would because of the guy that was right, so that's gone off, but I can't remember his name.
Okay. You meet with Von Betty Von.
What?
Von Betty Von.
Von Betty Von?
Von Betty... that's...
It's a Dunedain.
Yeah. Dunedain, Dundelings.
Yeah, no. Dunlendings.
Okay. You meet with Brorand.
Brorand?
Brorand.
Oy. Okay. Let's just say he's my fifth cousin once removed.
Aren't we all related in some way? So how may I... So, I hear that you barely got away with your life over at the... our special place.
That is so. The information we received, the reconnaissance was wrong. It wasn't orcs with one troll. It was trolls under the leadership of Mormog, who is a troll to rule other trolls. He's as evil as they come, and as powerful and slippery as ever I've seen a foe. Apple didn't make it, but our friend, well, let's just call him Jack, even though that wasn't his name, will have told you. I'm sure he got back safe.
He did?
Yeah.
He is up north. Actually, we sent him out west toward the Shire area. Mormog is headed out west briefly, which is unusual since most of the fell beasts are heading eastbound.
Mormog has special missions. He's not a follower, he's a leader. He's high up in the power structure as far as those creatures could be. He's cunning.
Well, that is why we've sent your father and quite a few of the elders out toward the Shire to keep an eye on what's happening out there. We are trying to keep an eye on the movements of Mormog. We do not want to be surprised by him again.
I thought my father was done with his active duty.
You tell him that. He suddenly has a little bit more vigor to go back out.
Where can I find them?
They are far west, southwest of here, spying on a place called Hobbiton.
Thank you. I'm going to
specifically, they are also looking into a place called Fornost Forest.
Of course. I'm going to try and get him to see sense. Are there enough others to take his place, or do I need to do so myself?
Everybody is been routed and paired up into groups of 3 and sent on different missions out there. So everybody's together. There seems to be enough. It's just a lot of creatures on the move at once, and a lot of ground to keep safe.
Alright. I leave there in the morning.
You leave there, and it happens that you leave on Yuletide. You leave Bree on Yuletide, when the marketplace is full and everybody is at their happiest. And in fact, it seems that half of Bree is working for Butterbur at the Prancing Pony, as the common room is filled to overflowing. And everybody says, "Happy Yuletide! Happy Yuletide, stranger," to you as you are heading on out.
Happy Yule. Good Yuletide. I give out a few, pennies to kids that are around as I see them.
The kids grab them and excited and run off to buy candy with them. What do you do?
I told you I'm going off I'm going to go and seek out my father.
Make a hunting roll to try to find his tracks. TN 18, an advanced ranger does not want to be found.
Well, no, but he doesn't want to be found generally, but we keep to the certain places.
Right.
And, we have...
That's why it's not higher.
Yeah. All right. What am I rolling again?
You're hunting.
D20 and
No, D12 plus the number
that's what I
of
mean.
six-sided is equal to your skill.
Okay. I don't know why I'm rolling the best. I got an Eye of Sauron.
Got an Eye of Sauron?
Yeah. And also 13 with the Tango.
Sure.
I've just sealed my fate.
You travel out in there. And you go into where you're traveling near the edge of Fornost, when a coldness overcomes you.
I have strength of will.
Good. You feel hunted. And everywhere that you go, you see a cloud of icy mist, as though someone's exhaled heavily on a cold night. And at night, when the moonlight catches it at certain angles, a face and the suggestion of a man-like form can be seen in the swirling tendrils of mist.
I want to check the rumor of the earth.
You check the rumors of the earth and find that the trees are greatly afraid. All the animals are greatly afraid. Many have been animals that have crouched into their trees to hibernate have been found dead of frozen to death inside their nooks.
Awareness roll.
Okay.
That is 16 with 2 tangos.
You see the shape of man. I don't have a picture to share online on it, but here is the picture right here of which it is. As it sees you, it looks like a ghostly image of a person.
Yeah.
And it moves to touch you.
I sweep out my sword.
Okay.
Begone, foul Dwimmer Lake, or I will slice you through your unseen sinews.
Or the
Make an attack.
white ones?
What stance are you at?
Oh, you know my stance.
Okay.
Yep. Forward.
If ever there was a time to go balls out, it's when you're
Forward.
fighting some forgotten fucking king grave. Okay. That's luckily. Oh, okay. Come on. No, it's not a Gandalf, but it's not a Sauron. So. Oh, a lot of 5s. Come on, take 2. Yes!
What?
Alright, so that is. What's 18 plus 6?
24.
24 with the Tengu.
24 with a Tengu to hit it?
Yes.
That is damn good. You strike at it and make with a move that should cleave its head. Roll damage.
Okay. Roll damage.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what's your damage? What's your body?
Uh,
Forgot what game I was playing for a second.
that would be 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Your blade goes right through the coldness, unable to cause any damage at all. Do you have old lore or enemy lore or
I have Lore of Arnor.
lore of Arnor? This creature is a cold shade, a wraith creature. It can only be damaged by magical weapons.
So, I pull out my arrows.
Okay, it goes to take an attack at you, and with its ghostly touch, your arrows are magical, right?
Well, they're Numenorian.
Okay, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, that hits you. You take 4 points of damage, and you are become weary for the rest of the combat immediately.
Oh, bloody.
1, 2s, and 3s count as zeros.
Okay.
You feel the chill of this creature's touch just paralyze you to the bone.
Luckily, strength of will helps me keep from getting terrorized.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Shadow Lore and Lore of Arnor.
Shadow Lore will give you what I told you.
Yeah, okay. So. And as I shoot my Numenorian arrows, I say, the light of Elbereth does not shine upon you. Go back to your shadows and haunt this forest no more. 11 with the Tengu.
11 with the Tengu. That's 6 plus. You missed by 1.
Damn. I should have.
As you
where's my.
Fire the arrows.
Where's our.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get to make a battle roll.
You don't get a battle roll because you were surprised by this.
Oh, yeah.
You were looking at a cloud, and it suddenly turned into a ghost that attacked you.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking into a cloud. I wasn't that surprised. But I get it. You know, when you're near, you know, terrible
Mary,
haunted places and cold surrounds you,
George,
it's not a surprise.
and Steve. M plus.
Oh, dealing with that.
Mary, Steve, George, Mike, Ranger. Here are your points. Your fellowship points. Okay. So that was on that turn. It goes after you again.
The name of Elbereth didn't hurt it any?
No, it did not. Partly because you missed. 5. Ouch. That's an extraordinary success.
Oh, crap.
21 to hit you.
Can I use a point of hope to slough it out?
No, you cannot. This does its attribute for 8 plus 4, 12 points of damage. And you continue to be weary as the cold comes through you. Your hair is now covered in icicles, and icicles are coming down from your nose. And also off of your armor. What do you do?
I shoot my arrows.
Okay.
By the hand of Varda, you will leave this forest. Let's see. Come on, baby. Come on. You said 1, 2s, and 3s are no good, right?
That's right.
14.
14.
With one Tengu.
It's a difficulty of 12 plus its parry because you're firing bow and arrow. You need an 18 with bows and arrows to hit it.
Well, last time you said I.
That's because you were going with your sword.
No. I was going with my arrow. The
Oh,
Numenorian arrow.
That I misunderstood. And
Yes, you did.
You need an 18 to hit it with that.
What are these Numenorian arrows? Don't they give me any extra whatever?
No, they just do extra damage thing.
Okay.
Magical damage to it. You gotta up your archery.
Well, I've pumped it up to 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's the not getting to 1s, 2s, and 3s. It's my rolling that needs to get
The
pumped
weariness thing is a pain, yeah.
Yeah.
It goes to strike you again. That's a 16 to strike you. It's a difficulty of 12 plus what is your parry?
4.
16, that hits dead on. You take 8 points of damage.
I'm getting
As the cold wind whips you around and flings you over a log and you stumble. And the cloud advances on you, seeming to be pushing you into the forest.
You've never offered me a chance to change my stance.
Okay. What do you want to change it to?
Defensive.
Okay, but you can't fire arrows that way.
Oh, okay. What's it?
That's why I changed you when you said you were firing arrows.
Open stance?
You can't fire arrows that way. You can only fire that from rearward.
Okay, rearward.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I have you at.
Okay. Alright. One last time. I'll repeat my little shtick, blah, 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 Varda.
16? Not enough. The arrow flies and the creature...
I should have used it.
Well, you should have. And it whips it...
It's not mine to use. It's not mine to use.
Your hope is.
That's what I asked you about.
You can use your hope, yes.
Okay. Too many games, sorry.
And you whip...
I play a lot of different games. I can't remember, like, the pattern of everyone. Where I would have used
and
the
it
hope first.
blows your arrow spinning off into the side as you fire at it. And it advances again at you. That's 17 to hit. That hits.
Yeah.
That does you 4 more points of damage. How are you looking? You're at 1 point left. What do you do?
Well, it's Lorith.
Mm-hmm. Act it out.
Let's see. Can I use Foresight of my Kindred?
What's that do? That lets you see something coming?
Yes.
Sure.
She's so low in hit points and whatever, weary. She, looks to the future to see if there's, like, hope coming. Not necessarily for her, but for the cause.
Sure.
And all that. She...
You've looking for hope, and you find darkness, but you find a small beam of light in the darkness.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try one last shot. This may be the end of me, but it is not the end of your enemies. Others will take you where I could not. Oh, this is the worst roll in the world. Well, except for the tango. I got one tango. That's all I got. Everything else was like 1 or 2 or 3.
Okay. It goes after you. $18 to hit you.
So now would have been a really good time to have
You take 8 points of damage,
one of my kin come.
and you pass out.
Yeah. I don't even want to know where I'll wake up if I wake up. Okay.
You wake up, and you smell a lot of good cooking going on. And you hear the sound of a baby crying.
I must be delusional.
There's a lot of
Close my
warmth.
eyes.
You see that your skin is damaged heavily from frostbite. And you look around, try to stand, and you hit your head on a low ceiling.
Awareness.
Okay.
Is there any negatives to my roll?
No.
Oh, sure. Now the 6s and the 9s are coming up like angels. Where were you when I needed you? I'm still weary, or I'm not weary anymore?
You are still weary, as you are at
So,
like 1 hit point.
15 with a tango.
Okay, 15 with a tango.
Yes.
You are inside of, it looks like a smeel, an underground house.
Oh, a smile.
Smile.
Smile. Whatever, smile.
And a younger hobbit lady comes up to you and says, sit down, dear. You were so worse to wear. We thought you were dead.
So did I.
We wouldn't even have looked for you if our baby hadn't started crying and looking out toward where you lay. You owe your life to him.
Well.
Hi, my name is Eglantine Banks.
What?
Eglantine Banks.
Eglantine, it's a pleasure to meet you. I worry if where I was laying was close to your place.
You were, we were traveling through, we were going to Bree to celebrate. You're in Whitwell right now.
There was good cheer at Bree. I came.
There
from
was.
there.
We wanted our newborn son to see his first Yuletide, but apparently we found you and turned around and brought you back.
Oh, I'm sorry to have messed up your holiday. Perhaps I can help you to get another one going, or a late.
Nonsense! You lie there. You have a broth.
So I do.
And the door opens, and in comes older, a little bit older looking, hardier hobbit, carrying a armful of logs for the fire. And Leglantine says, "Ah, she's awake now. She's awake." And he goes, "Ah, that's good. She could wash some of the dishes. That is compensation for our good deed." She goes, "No, you know that." He goes, I know. And he goes, "So, do you have a name? Or do we just call you Frostbite?"
Well, I'm sure that would be easy, but I am Lorith.
Lorith? Paladin took the second.
Well.
This is my wife, Eglantine, and points at the little basket in which the baby's in. And this is my newborn son, Peregrine.
Peregrine? Well, that is a laudable name.
I thought so.
I'm glad to meet another member of the Took clan. I've met some of your family before.
Oh, which ones?
She lays back and says, I can't remember right now.
That's my response to when I say if I know anybody in the family.
I'm sure it will come to me when my head clears from frost. Thank you for your care of me. I will make sure that you're more than compensated.
So you spend the rest of your fellowship phase in Whitwell, being cared for back to health by the Took family.
Okay. I'll give them 20 treasure.
He goes, "With this, I might be able to run for as Thane."
Well, I'm sure you'd do well at it. I'm sure the old Thane has been around too long. Well, not...
That's what I keep telling him, Eglantine says. Well, we wish you the best.
Thank you.
And if our son's any judge of character, you're a good person. You didn't deserve to die out in the woods.
Thank you for making sure that I did not do so. I hope we'll meet again sometime under better circumstances.
Aye.
Okay.
Fare thee well.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all because I rolled an Eye of Sauron.
Yep.
Okay. Move on.
Now that we've scared the crap out of Steve about what will happen to him, Grimbold, how's your holiday? Are you there, Steve? Did you mute your mic? He is muted. There you go. So how does Grimbold spend his holiday?
Get some coffee. I'll be right back. Come on.
Can anybody hear Steve, or is it just me?
I can't hear him.
I don't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yes.
Ah, good. There we go. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
So, I am not going to be as ambitious as others of the party. So I think I would go back metagame. We go back in time a little bit, and I think we would have discussed potentially before we disbanded that maybe we should use. I know Mike had some. I'm sorry, Ella Brimborn had some plans of converting his parcel to a bar. You know, expanding his business. And I would want to suggest that maybe we use mine. And I'm the junior member of the party, so I would say that maybe we would try to open a sanctuary there, potentially. So that might be what I would be doing during my fellowship phase in Sunsteed. on the parcel of land.
Okay.
And I probably would have made arrangements to see what's the best way to set it up with some of the more wise members of the party. But that would be, that's probably what I would have thought to use the gifted piece of land, the holding, for. And that's what I would have done. I would have gone there and started to work on the sanctuary.
You go there and you start building.
Yep.
Make a craft roll.
Okay. This should be interesting. Oh, I've got one at least. Well, I got some zeros on this sheet, so better than that. Hold on. Let's get this stuff out of here. Okay. So 7 and 12.
12?
Yep.
You've established a cabin of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
The snow melts in and it leaks in here. The boards are not all perpendicular to one another.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a base of operations for future endeavors.
I probably would have, of course, I would have been thinking about where we would keep the horses too. So I would have been building a some kind of fencing or
stable.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah,
because
the people
I'm
staying
from Rohan, so I'm always thinking about the
staying
horses.
there. Going to have
It's
to put their horses out there.
It's functional, but you're not going to get more than desperate patrons with this as your inn.
It's a start.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, some of my comrades. I was trying to be useful, but obviously, as a craftsman, I'm not so useful. Hopefully, some of my party will be more talented, or we can hire some people to do some of the work or whatever.
Thror's good with fire building, so he can just burn it down, and then
there we go.
Start again.
It's cut. Burn it down.
No, I certainly will let anyone that wants to be, in on the company, the whiskey drinking bear inn. I'll certainly let anyone join in. They don't even,
maybe we can combine efforts. I mean, maybe the land,
especially if they're a party, they don't even have to contribute treasure. That's fine. You can.
Yeah, if we're at the party, shouldn't we get some? I mean, you're using our company name for your place, so I think you have to pay us basically some licensing cash.
Wow.
Oh, royalties?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but I think I coined the song originally, and the name of the party. You know what I mean? It's kind of like coming in to it's like joining the Beatles after the fact.
You suggested something that we use and go by, and that our fighting and skills and blood keep alive and vital.
Yeah.
Ever hear of likeness rights?
Well, everyone's gonna. Yeah, I mean, we're certainly gonna get in there, and I kind of have aspirations that we'll we'll put our old weapons or whatever, mount them on the walls and stuff like that. Say, this kill the dragon, and this is what
I'm just busting his chops.
a Numenorian arrow looks like, and we'll decorate this place.
An unbroken, perfectly, a perfect unbroken Numenorian arrow with no blood on it.
No, we want broken ones. So we'll just put junk up there, basically.
I'm kidding. I was saying what I was referring
our old
to.
dull blades and the mattock that it's the mattock that Thror used. That's he needs a new one. That kind of stuff. We'll put the old stuff up there, make it look like it's really well used. But
I was referring to the fact she hadn't hit anything with those fancy arrows yet. That's what I was referring to.
But I mean, we'll definitely, Loreth will definitely, want you to partake financially and gain royalties. But we gotta make money here first. I would hope by the money that I contribute and from the brandy bucks too, that we can get some good craftsmen in there to shore up the end, so it can be a place of conspiracy against the shadow.
We can use that as our sanctuary.
You said the C word.
So what on the chart of here? What are you trying to do? Are you trying? You can't open a new sanctuary without everybody being there together. So you could tend to your holding as
Yes.
this. So you want to tend to your holding. So when we
Sure.
at the end of this fellowship phase, before everybody gets back there, you're going to roll the 12-sided die twice and take the best result when we resolve this.
Okay.
And if you possess an appropriate specialty, such as innkeeper or something, you gain an advancement point.
Yeah. Good luck.
Lorith, what do you choose for your undertaking that you were trying to do?
I don't remember. What are they?
Drumming up support, gain new distinctive feature, go see a lore master, heal a corruption, meet a patron, name an heir, open a new sanctuary, raise standard of living, raise your standing, receive a title, search for answers.
Search for answers.
Okay.
Well, it was also, I was going to see my father, who is, a lore master.
Or you could do there and back again.
Not quite there and back again. It's more of a search for answers.
Search for answers. Make a lore roll to gain insider information.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, I bumped up my lore. Smart me. Everybody's going, why didn't you use the point of hope, you idiot? Because I forgot where I can use a point of hope.
Oh,
Because I played like too many different games and I can't remember the patterns and I forget what dice I'm supposed to use.
I don't remember either.
We understand that. We understand that one.
I don't remember either. So
Me either.
All right, I rolled 14 with 2 Tengus.
14 with 2 Tengus. That's good enough. What answers are you trying to seek? And you'd be talking to Paladin Took.
He wasn't the one I was seeking answers from.
I know, but he's the one that you end up getting answers from.
Okay. Well, I guess overall, it's about, will life carry on? This is also dire. See, this plays in with my trying to get foresight. Mm-hmm. This is also dire, but is there hope? And and how does it happen? And I guess I would see that it happens by people carrying on with their lives despite this thing happening. I mean, when they saw what happened to me, they could have just run away instead of taking me home. Mm-hmm. A lot of hobbits would have been like, they might have wanted to help me but been afraid that I was going to bring down bad luck on them, and instead these people took me and screwed their holiday over. So I guess I already have my answer.
Yeah, if
you want to give me more, you can give me more.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to say. Is life goes on, you find the joy in what you can, and you go in with the to enjoy the holidays, and go in to enjoy with newfound family members, and to build the memories.
Gee, Garrett, that's good advice.
Gee, it is.
Oh, did I tell you? Speaking of new family members, Larby got in an accident today.
Oh.
Our newest family member.
Okay.
Well, somebody just pulled out and pulled it. You know, it was somebody else's fault. But he got a little bit of crap at first from the cop on the scene until they realized that his international license was good, and then they were really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Larby's from Algeria.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Yeah. Nothing like getting and understanding the system up close.
Yeah.
So, Ella Brimborn, did you choose an undertaking?
But the car is toast.
Would that be like increasing my wisdom?
Yeah, that would be, well, for the elf thing is a virtue value type of thing.
So that's a valor?
Yeah, that's a virtue value thing, which is separate. So you can visit the treasury of your folk. You can there and back again. You can tend to your holding. You can search for answers. You can raise your standing.
Can I raise like a weapon skill?
That's all. That's a separate part.
Oh, okay.
That's spending your experience and advancement.
This is your activity that you're doing on your downtime over the holidays.
So, like, the wisdom wouldn't count either at all? Like raising the wisdom?
That counts for something else. This is another part of the fellowship.
Then I guess I would be visiting my holding because I was going to the Easterly Inn, right? Because I have investment in there. If I would have thought differently to Ratcon, instead of going to Mirkwood, I would have went to Rivendell to learn the elf magic. But I did say I went to Thranduil's Halls. I need to check up there as well. But
You only do so many things.
so Easterly Inn, I guess, to visit that holding.
Okay. And so you also roll the die twice for attending your holding.
Okay. And take the better one?
Yep, you rolled the 12-sided die twice. Take the better one. So let's look at the book.
I got a 9 and a 9.
I got a Gandalf.
One sec. Chronology of rules for holdings, page 8. You inherited a holding from a typically you can holding as an adventure, perhaps a gift or something. The rating. The rate value of a holding is measured in gaming terms by a numerical value ranging from 4 to 9. 4 being the best, 9 being really bad. This is comparable to a target number for an action, in the sense that a low number is preferable to a high number. So a poor farm on a rocky hillside, which is kind of what you guys are all starting with, is a 9. So mark that down on your character sheets. Your holdings are all 9s.
Where do you mark that down?
Off in the corner or off in the back page.
All 9s? What does that mean?
Because they are going to run your holding at the end of the year to see if you lose money or gain stuff. So you roll the feat die. Some of you have already done it. And if the roll is equal to or less than the holding's rating, then the holding produces just enough wealth to keep your standard of living.
What are we rolling?
12-sided die, the feat die.
So you want to get better than a 9, under a 9.
Under a 9.
So I wrote a Gandalf, and that actually doesn't even matter.
We'll get that. We'll get to the Gandalf. You made it. So okay. So you made a little bit of money. Maintain your standard of living off of the land, so you're fine. With the Gandalf, good fortune strikes you. You gain no extra treasure, but you prosper in some other way. You are gained by a rider comes up to you while you're attending to the your inn, or what you've kind of got as a little plaque as you're putting up the sign
cabin.
that says Company
cabin. Yeah.
Whiskey Drinking Bear Inn in what you're building.
Okay.
I am looking for Grimbold. Is he in?
Whom I ask is asking for his presence.
The King of Rohan asks for your present. Asks.
Would I have recognized him when he came up? Like,
You recognize the uniform.
he's the rider of Rohan. Okay, when you said rider, I
He's a
wasn't
rider
sure
of
what you meant.
Rohan.
Got it. Oh, of course, I immediately say, yes, I'm Grimbold. What can I possibly do? You have found me, blah, blah, blah. Probably tell him the story, as you know, or maybe clarify, how did you find me? Might be the first question.
There's word that traveling throughout Mirkwood of a rider on a great steed who is part of a very famous adventuring party. And I found that they have did a wonderful deed here in this place, I guess you would call it. The king wishes for your return, and wishes to reinstate your property and your honor, if you will acknowledge and serve him again.
I am humbled by his request, and I, of course, will serve at his pleasure. I'm humbled. I'm very humbled at this time. I never expected this to happen at such an early time. I thought I would need to do many deeds and before I would be accepted home again.
The
So
king
I'm very humbled.
Looks at his advisors and looks at the state of Rohan as it is, and he fears what he sees. And he is not willing to let good men be driven from the borders while corrupt officials squander the resources and the lives of good men down in Rohan.
I understand, and as I said, of course, I serve at his pleasure, and will do
So
what he says.
at your earliest convenience,
Mhm.
please, the king would like to meet with you.
Well, I mean, honestly, I would accompany him back.
And the king would also like to meet this company of the Whiskey Drinking Bear.
In that case, I'll have to wait.
Hey, you know what? We weren't supposed to leave him alone.
Yeah, right, exactly. What's up? What's up, company?
Were we his?
Yeah, we were supposed to watch
his?
Didn't you make some kind of...
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, Brimborn, you were supposed to watch him.
We're cutting out.
Not leave me alone.
There we go.
Now that I think about it.
I screw up so many times that that's nothing.
Yeah, you were supposed to look after him.
I was supposed to look after you too. Whatever.
No, it was you specifically, right? We're supposed to, watch after him.
I think so. But that's commitments with Elrond. Elrond won't know.
I mean, he doesn't have any informants.
He doesn't know nothing.
Anywhere.
He know nothing. He's stuck on the other side of the mountains, and
All of a sudden, an
then
owlbear taps you on the shoulder and says, "I have a message from Thranduil."
right. He's got
Grimbold, the property value here is there are rumors of witnesses to a rider of Rohan in full regalia coming here with a message from the king has spread greatly to your renown here, and people are talking to you specifically as a hero, not just as a member of the Whiskey Drinking Bear, and your property value goes up by 1.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Drop from
and
9
somewhere
to
in there, I manipulate some craftsmanship out of these folks.
That is
some guy
kind of the
some
stuff
guy
that
comes by and
happens
says,
when you roll a
"Boy,
Gandalf on
that
this stuff."
those boards sure are crooked. You know, I'm pretty good with a hammer and nail. If I could,
No, he's like, that's perfect. I mean, that's a new. That's like you are the new, architect of the age to
Right.
actually produce, cabins that actually have air ventilation through them by
Right.
having gaps in the boards.
I was thinking
Right.
of it more like he's the Twiggy of Middle Earth during the 60s.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
You're a
maybe that's more
trendsetter.
accurate. Right.
I think he just added a barn so he could house his horse.
Probably. That's probably the first thing I thought of. Yeah.
The barn probably looks better than the inn.
Yeah.
Probably because it has to do with horses. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like that that animal person that treats their animals much better than themselves or their human
Right.
family members. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, cat, horse people. You know what I'm talking about. I'm probably like that.
Beastmaster.
You got a cat horse?
No cat.
No. He sleeps like Vigo with his horse during the filming of the film.
Vigo. That's me. Vigo Mortensen.
Okay. Thor, while
Yes.
before as the fellowship phase is winding down, you have visitors requesting your presence.
Very good. I take heed of the visitors in the Great Hall.
There are 2 dwarves, Devlin and I'm Devlin and I'm Fecca, and we are from Eriador. We have come here with finely crafted tools that we wish to sell in exchange for the goods produced in Dale and Lake Town.
Very good. Very good.
We are also here for family reunions. Some family we are happy to see, and some we are not happy to see.
Ah, and what family are you happy to see?
Oh, I'm happy to see the mother. I'm happy to see the father. I'm not happy to see the mother-in-law.
I would not know what you mean by that.
Oh, would you know about the father-in-law?
To whom are you referring?
Perhaps you have not married yet. And they giggle.
I am. I see the humor that you are trying to convey. I just do not partake, since my lord is very good to me and has allowed me to marry my beautiful mare.
Ah, that is true. What we wish to speak to you about is our concern about our travels from the west out to here. There are many dwarves are afraid to cross the lands west of the mountains through the areas known as the Trollshaws. There is rumors of one called Mormog, who terrorizes and shows no mercy to travelers.
My arch nemesis.
I am familiar with that name, and I have battled the trolls in the Trollshaw before.
So you know of the dangers that we speak of, and the problems that it brings to our commerce with Erebor.
Yes, we tried to keep them at bay by closing down one of the rivers that led from there, but maybe they found their way out again.
They have indeed.
Mm.
We traveled safely across the Anduin Vale and we planned to travel north of the forest, south of the Grey Mountains. And when we were in the Eastern Vales, in a hamlet of several families known as Astor, we had a very peculiar situation that we witnessed. That fortification sat on a high foothill, and we made camp within its walls. And word got around that dwarves were traveling to Erebor that were present. And we were sought out by one Petra, Astor.
Petra, yes.
We lost you.
Sorry, you broke up.
Sorry, was that the same Petra as before?
Petra, her maiden name is Dribblecup.
Yeah. Someone quite dear to me.
She looked way too young to be a widow.
Dribble cup.
He's a widow now.
Yes,
Oh,
and her
boy.
stepson stood accused of killing her husband.
Oh,
She
brave
begged
news.
us to find the company of the whiskey-drinking bear to defend her stepson's life. And the elders agreed to delay judgment until midsummer, giving you a chance to answer the summons and arrive to defend the boy. Petra says she owes Elebrimborn the golden arrow from Dragontide, if he can get her stepson proven innocent.
Understood. I will send word to the whiskey-drinking bear, and hopefully we can arrive in time to defend her son. You mentioned you were here to trade as well?
Yes, we are here to trade. We have many fine tools that we have built and are looking for good ideas of where in Dale that we can get the best deals on what your fine community offers.
Good. Well, here in Erebor, we have many tools and good dwarven make items to sell to you, and I can also introduce you to some of the folk in Lake Town as well, since I have some standing there as well.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Very good. I will give you the name of one of my good friends there, and hopefully they can also assist you. Might I ask you if you could also look to sending some of your goods to a new location that I have been able to acquire here recently.
A new market?
A new market. Yes, down in the East Bight area, south of Mirkwood. You'd be willing to send some goods down to that direction as well. I've got a trading post down there.
If you say that it's worth it, we will make the effort.
Very good. I will send word. You can speak with Saowin. He is from Sunsteed, the area there. He will, I'm sure, be able to provide you with some other goods that they produce in the area.
Thank you for being so cordial to us.
Very good. Anything else that I may do for you?
Nope. We were primarily here to deliver the message from Miss Petra Astor.
Good. Are you returning back that way now, or are you still going to be here for a while?
We will be here for a while, exchanging our goods, selling our goods, and acquiring goods from here.
All right. Very good. Keep in touch, and please see me before you depart.
Will do.
Okay. Good. And I hadn't taken another undertaking as well.
Roll a d12 for me.
I will do so. I rolled a Gandalf.
Nice.
Mayor comes to you one morning.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Yes, my dear.
Husband? I
Yes, my
believe
mayor.
that I am to produce for you an heir.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh my
she breaks into tears.
Are you sure
That's
that
so
was
awesome.
Garrett? I'm sorry, Garrett. He said he rolled a Gandalf, not a Sauron.
Yeah.
I recover quickly, and
But Mara's on the
Oh,
floor
that-
in
that-
tears.
Oh.
Because you said, oh no.
Am I not good enough
Well, that's
for you,
the whole-
husband?
that's
Am
the
I
whole
not good
plan
enough
here,
to
right?
produce an heir for you?
Oh no, your news is very good, my dear. These times with the coming of the shadow, it just we will do all that we can, and thank you, my dear. I am honored and blessed that you are able to bring
Thanks.
an heir into this world for me.
And by the way,
I
have
love
to
you
leave
so
at
much, and I will love the child that we bear, and protect it from all the evils of this world.
And she embraces you.
Very
Okay.
good.
And you're okay to use Ella Brimborn as the child's name too. So
Oh, now, you probably want to be godfather, right? They don't have that there.
I think I did a lot to bring them together. I don't
See,
know.
I thought I was going to go out drinking with the boys this whole time and get in trouble.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the inn in Sunsteed, Grimbold is getting drunk by himself, twiddling his thumbs.
Right.
So I will take the news of
The whiskey drinking bear.
I will
Whiskey
take the
drinking
news
there.
of the of my coming heir as basically it brings hope to my heart, and I'll try to raise my
I'll get there.
or erase some of my points of shadow from it.
I'll let that give you 3 points of hope.
Wow.
Okay.
I was.
How,
Well, I
how
was full on hope. Can I reduce my shadow?
I don't think you discussed that, but I'll let you discuss that in a moment.
Okay, that's fine.
Also, you have your advancements points, which is from your skills. So please, at this moment, add up all of those little things off in the corner that you've been checking off.
And one more today for awareness.
Hey Garrett, do I add 3 to my starting score, or just because I was already full on my hope?
I'll give you 3 bonus ones, but they don't refill.
Okay. All right.
That's still your max cap, but this happy news makes
Can
you
you give his hope to me?
bound over.
All right. Very good.
He might be able to if he takes you as a fellowship focus and actually sees you.
I'm down for.
So you've added up your advancement points. And in the Adventurer's Guide Companion, that's on page 119, is how much it costs to build it up.
I have 20.
Too much.
Yeah, it costs a lot.
I have 24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
You have 24 points.
Yep.
Going to 1 from 0 is 4. Going from 1 to 2 is 8. 2 to 3 is 12, and you can see the pattern.
No, I can't see the pattern. I have a concussion. Why don't you tell me what it takes to go from 1 to 2?
8.
And from 2 to 3?
12.
Okay. So I could do 2 12s. Or an 8 and a 12.
And
No,
if it's
no, you're stuck.
if it's a favored skill,
What do you mean
it's
a favorite skill?
if it's underlined because it's a favored skill,
Oh,
then it's a different set of numbers
Ah, you never said that before.
because that's only popped up in the advancement thing.
Mm-hmm. I want to do two that are, well, one of them is actually a favored.
Yep. Which are you going from to?
It's healing. It's going from 2 to 3.
That'll cost you 9 points.
Okay. And insight is not what's its, but it's also going from 2 to 3.
That'll be 12 points.
Okay. Which
21.
puts me at 21, so I only have 3 left.
Yep, and that means you only could do. It means you're
That's
done.
fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else good on their points? Spending their points?
I'm trying to,
think I'm
trying to
banking
find that.
because I don't. I mean, I take it I missed a lot, so I don't have that many points.
Yeah, I only have 6.
Have you been marking every time you make a...
This time.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I forget a lot of them a lot of the time, but...
And erase all your check marks so that you don't...
Yeah. I'm looking for who to do that with. Except for 3.
I'm trying to find the chart in my book.
I'll make 3 new ones.
I just increased my awe.
Yep.
There's got to be something I can use 6 points for.
So I worked on my armor and I
Mike,
made
it's on page 171, buddy.
Thank you.
Mike, 171.
Thank you.
How about,
Yep.
Ella Brimborn, how about a skill that you probably don't have any boxes in? It's called awe.
That's true. I have 1 box in awe. What do you take? What does it cost to go from? My edition is not. It's not 171 either. It's not the
I'm
page.
just messing with ya.
No, that's fine. I grew a chest hair when I drank a shot.
It's 2 to go from 0 to 1, buddy.
Okay, what about from 1 to 2?
4.
Oh, perfect. All right.
That's
So I'm going to go up to
that's
2.
actually 8.
Oh, wait. Never mind. It's 4 and 6. You're talking about advancement.
Yeah.
4 and 6.
All right.
6
I only
points.
have 6. I only have
There you
6
go.
points.
Well spent. You
I
went
only
from
have
1 to
6
2 and
points, so
something.
I can't do nothing.
Yeah, no, you can. You can go from 1 to 2
Oh,
for
okay.
exactly 6.
And now I have 3 boxes in healing.
Mhm.
I was looking at experience points. Oh,
I
no,
just-
sorry. It's 8. My bad.
It's 8.
It's 8.
I just didn't go up. I
Mhm.
typically just didn't go up because Thror was so good at awe.
Yeah.
I just sit back and tap my foot.
I only have 2 boxes in it myself.
Yep. And now this brings us to experience point costs. Where you have to tally up how many experience points you have. Remember, for everything that you write in the email me or write in the journal, you get a point, and you completed the year's chapter, and I believe I gave you a good reward at the end of that. So you can spy valor and wisdom, which you talked about doing.
Or weapon skills.
Or weapon skills.
Ooh.
And then you save whatever you have left in reserve, right?
Yes. It's a good idea to bank them because going up to the high number
I'm
levels
banking.
is very high in cost.
I'm banking, just so you know.
Yeah, like I need 26 to go up in bow any further.
How much would it take to go from 4 to 5 boxes in longsword?
16.
16.
I only have 10.
So it's probably smart to bank it. Okay. And that's how we do a fellowship phase. So what you guys can discuss in flashback mode where you're going to meet up.
Well, obviously at the bar. I've been waiting here for like months.
Right, I would assume.
Well, it wouldn't be bad for me to check on my holding too and see if I have better plans for it.
Well, aren't you? But your holding is probably, close. So you probably like swing
Yeah.
by.
Yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
think I would have I would have sent out ravens about Petra. Maybe we should meet where Petra lives in the Aster Vale.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I mean, I'm not looking at a map right now, but if it makes sense geographically.
If you're looking at the map,
or would it be good to meet?
It would be
in Sunsteed and then go together.
It's at the ford.
Well,
where Bjorn,
I would have assumed that
the ford where Bjorn was.
Before we temporarily.
Actually, it's more up here if you zoom out your map.
Where?
It's northwest of Mirkwood, in the northeast part of the Anduin Vales.
I don't know what map we're looking at.
I see the dungeon.
Yeah, the dungeon.
I got disconnected.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have it on.
I got the dungeon where we.
There we go.
It is. If you zoom out, it's up in here.
Okay. And where are we now?
Your Sunsteed is down here.
And where's Erebor?
Erebor is this door icon right up here.
Yeah, so it's the opposite direction. So he probably would have. I mean, I would say that we would have agreed to probably meet in Sunsteed because we all got these holdings, and if the idea was to start construction or whatever, the inn, and then that we would have probably planned to meet back there. But if this thing happened with Astra, then George probably would have sent ravens, and it makes sense that we would have started traveling south.
So it doesn't make kind of physical sense for us to meet at Sunsteed and then go to
Sunsteed is like the complete opposite end of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
It would be faster for everybody if you met up in Erebor or even at the Easterly Inn.
Well, the Easterly Inn's not a bad place. Well, no, but we didn't. No. We're talking about beforehand. Mm-hmm. See, we didn't know beforehand we were going to be going to Aster.
You got to send a raven.
Okay. So, shall we meet at the Easterly Inn first and then go on from there as a group?
Or you can meet in Erebor and go from Erebor there, which is closer for Elbrimborm and Grimbald.
Okay. Well, and it's certainly closer for...
And Thordis just has to step out of his apartment.
Okay, so I'm the only one who's got... So I'll go.
It doesn't matter to
healed,
me.
Right?
Hmm?
I'm all healed, right?
You're all healed.
Did I get back any hope?
No, you didn't take anything that...
After I got frozen by a shade, I didn't gain hope.
No, you did not.
Healing up with a newborn baby who saved my life. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't give you hope, what will? That kid's gonna, except for the fact that they're a took.
Well,
that
who was your fellowship focus last time, Laura?
I think it was Grimbold.
Did you get wounded, Grimbold?
Did you get wounded last time?
I don't think you did.
We don't hear you, Steve.
Sorry about that. I lost my headset. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Did you get wounded last game?
No, I did. Well, I got what I saw on my sheet that I had. What did it say? I erased it. Let me look.
You can get hit, but did you take a wound?
Well, I did say there was something on there that said treated. So does that mean I was wounded?
Probably, yeah.
You were wounded.
I mean, I was getting hit pretty hard because I was at the forward stance a lot.
Yeah,
so.
you got wounded.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got wounded too.
I got hit, but I didn't take a wound.
So where do you meet up?
Erebor.
Erebor?
Erebor.
All right.
You all ride across the great bridge, waterfalls coming out of the great entry. The guards let you pass, knowing who you are, and you ride into Erebor. Thror is there to
Oh, I
meet
have
you.
a horse.
Yeah, you
Greetings,
had horses before.
Oh, okay.
my friends. How have you been?
Cold and drunk.
Cold and not drunk. Very, very cold, in fact.
You must wear your furs.
That wouldn't have helped.
I was working outside a lot, as you remember. We didn't have any property when I first started.
Yeah.
So
True. I'm trying to negotiate with some dwarves from the west to send some trading goods down to the new homesteads. So
most
hopefully
excellent.
hopefully they will add more value to your properties, your holdings.
Well, the Brandy Bucks agreed to help franchise our my parcel down in Sunseed to make an inn.
Very nice.
And I want you guys to all be part of it.
How much?
My lord,
I'm not expecting you to pay anything. As friends of mine, you will take part of my shares with the Brandy Bucks. I will chip in. You will take my shares.
My lord, are we getting a Chipotle or a Starbucks?
I do not know what you are speaking of.
Chipotle.
I think it's the Brandy Bucks.
Yeah, there you go. The Brandy Bucks.
But the bathrooms will be available to use for, even if you don't have to even make a purchase. You can use our bathroom.
Hold on a moment here. I did not agree to this.
You have bathrooms in your place?
Well, it's an outhouse.
Wow, it must be very, very fabulous.
It's very posh. We have the finest leaves from Mirkwood, as they're textured for your comfort.
Well, I will have to fashion you a great throne then.
We need a leaf dispenser.
I will fashion a new toilet seat cover for.
There you go. Exactly. Maybe a golden throne.
Yeah.
It's not a furry one.
So whenever I have an opportunity,
the 1470s.
Yeah.
Whenever I have an opportunity, I'll probably share the story of how the rider came from Rohan and that my king has requested our presence at our earliest convenience. And I understand we have another mission. But and also because of that, my renown in the area increased, and we actually got a good start on building our inn. So I'd say that there was some local craftsmen that helped out, etc. So,
wow, that's wonderful news, Grimbald. That you're basically requested audience from the king. It must have been me as your parole officer being so dutiful.
It must have been. I was not expecting. It must have been
level.
I was not expecting, and I must say my fortunes have changed since meeting my new friends, and I cannot offer my gratitude enough.
Yeah, we do not have to be at Astor Vale until midsummer. So I'm assuming it's just spring, early spring.
Yep.
So it's up to you if you want to ride to your king first.
If you will join me, I would ride to my king at the earliest possible opportunity.
You do not have time to get to Rohan and back.
That's what I thought. So my feeling was that he understands that the importance of the work that we are doing in our company, and my king owed me absolutely nothing after my self-imposed exile, and his gracious message was enough that he knows the important work that we are doing. And
so what happened, Grimbald? What happened to you that put you in this I don't remember the reason why you were in exile.
So my company was struck down by orcs, and instead of returning immediately to my Oral, I was in a battle rage for months. I barely remember that time, and got revenge on the orcs by killing the double the number of men that they had killed. But my company was decimated, and by the time that I got my revenge on the orcs, so much time had passed. I felt that I could not return until such a time where I could regain my honor. So there it is.
I feel with you. I have a hole in my heart. I have shadow that lingers and follows me everywhere as well. that lays heavy on my heart at times.
It is a heavy burden indeed, my friend.
And I too have a rage for the orcs as well. For they had slain many of my kin back when I was young. So I carry a very very powerful rage when I'm up against orcs. I can understand your fury.
I have a powerful hatred I try to get rid of for Mormog. But I won't be able to rest ever again, truly rest, until I know that he is gone. But speaking of shadows, and here I'm just going to skip and just do it this way. Laura tells you what happened to her with that shade. Until, what's it called again? A shade of...
Shade of Winter.
A shade of winter. And tells you about it and the whole story, and says this is a new evil in that forest, in the area, and that it comes so freely through. It's something we'll have to address at some point. I fear for my kin there, if they don't have the appropriate weapons, but I could do nothing against it.
Well, I would offer up any dwarven weapons that I can muster from the king. I will do what I can to help your people.
If they be not enchanted, they won't touch this creature. Only weapons that have a hidden power can take down such a one. But
I can study under the smiths of Rivendell to get skills to enchant our weapons and blades, but it will take time. It will take me many months, maybe years, to be able to forge our weapons or enchant our weapons so that they become magical and usable against these creatures. But it may be the path that I need to take to learn and craft our weapons, since we seem to be coming upon the shadow, and Sauron's shadow is rising in the joy of the sun and delight that we go upon. But what great news, Grimbald, that you are sought before your lord and master.
Yes, as you know, when I joined the whiskey drinking bear, I had not much hope to return to my home for a long time to come, because of the choices I had made. So this comes as a great surprise, and I am humbled by the opportunity to return home at such an early time.
And will you have to stay in your homeland, or will
I do not know. I do not know the answer now, because I have competing contracts, my lady. The one that was put on me by Elrond, which I respect, and then the one, of course, I owe my complete dedication to my Earl. So I must do as he commands. But like I said, the message that I heard seems to think that he respects the work that is being done. So I'm hoping for a good outcome, then I will be able to fulfill my contract with Elrond.
That's good.
Good. Well, I still must meet with my king and ask for his leave. I will also see if he knows of how we may come by any magical weapons to aid you.
I wonder if Elrond and Rivendell and the weapons master there have such skills. Well, Elrond wouldn't, but he might. They might have the skill there, and it's a good skill to build, Elebrimborn. I couldn't ask you to do that, but I think
they do, my lady.
That somebody should have it, that more people.
That is the skill amongst the elves to forge magic within your weapons. I can do it for a temporary time on my arrows, but it is in Rivendell, and that being a place of sanctuary for us, I feel that I can persuade Elrond to possibly let me train in these arts, but the individuals with the craft or the skills to do this do lay there. I do not know what we need to do to sway them beyond what we've done already to defeat the shadow, but that is one mission we could also take up or discuss, is go to Rivendell and discuss with Elrond and with the arcane blacksmiths there if they could aid us in that.
Yes. Perhaps Thoradane might have knowledge of some such weapons in the Horde here that some of them could be lent or rented and lent for a time while the shadow grows stronger, because surely there will be more of these and more other creatures that can only be we can't wait forever for a chance weapon made by Fëanor to land into our hands. We need to search for such things so that we're ready. I don't know if my arrows of Numenor might have helped, but they went awry, so it was a moot point.
Thror and I have come upon many hordes throughout our travels, but most of the hordes, everything that is magical has the taint of the shadow on it. We dare not touch things that are basically crafted in the arcane lore of the Black Speech.
Yes.
We have left those things in the barrows where they lay. I do not wish to wield such an object.
No. It just provides temptation that one doesn't need. But and I realize it's a large thing to ask of a king, but there may be some such weapons scattered in the horde of Erebor, and perhaps we need to ask all of our lords. For the future.
We possibly could lay upon them as Gandalf and the company of dwarves did in that cave of the trolls. Possibly we could find a weapon of lore. It is based on luck, I would say.
Yes, it's rare. But it's not rare to come upon these shadow creatures. Though I've never come upon such like this before. And I hope never to again. I had icicles dangling from my nose.
Is there anything I can do for you, Lorith, to ease your pain?
No, they healed me well.
Rub your human feet or massage your human shoulders. That age much further than mine. I do not understand the pains that you humans may go through.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you understand what a pain it can be.
I do not, but I am here.
Away.
I am here as your friend to aid you.
Huh? Oh, are you offering to rub feet? My feet could use some rubbing.
You seem to be doing fine, Thror. You were just with your wife.
I'm sure you've got some good elven magic.
I'm sure your newlywed bride had provided you with much caretaking.
She rubs other things.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Did I tell you the good news?
No. What?
I am to be a father.
Thror, that is wonderful news.
Hurrah!
I am so excited for you.
Yes. It is good news. Good news.
Yeah.
A little Thror.
Took me by surprise, but very good news.
You know how that happens, don't you, Thror?
I believe I do.
Okay, I was just wondering if it took you by surprise.
I hope that Mare won't be upset that we have to take you from her during this time.
You may want to go make that request for me. She may not be pleased with the knowledge that I would dare to depart at this time, but she does know that I made a vow to protect our newborn from the shadows that come this way.
Then I'm sure she won't mind that you go to protect somebody else's son.
Yes, that may be true. But coming from another woman may be better to take than if it came from me.
Uh-oh. Oh, great. I just got nominated for the best duty in the world. See, this is what they mean by...
Another woman taking me away, and I told her all about you and Thorin. She's going to think something's up.
What? Oh, right.
Yeah, you had to think
about him,
Thorin,
sort of.
her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see how that goes.
I might not be the best person to talk to her then, depending on...
But I will go speak with the king and see if I can gain my leave from him.
Congratulations, Thror. May your seed be strong and you bear twins.
I'd like to see him bear twins.
Yeah, we sometimes have 7 in our line.
That's not a birthing, that's a litter.
Yes, dwarves. Dwarves are special.
Wow. My cat used to have 6 kittens at a time, but that's just crazy.
So you go to see King Dane. Thor, come forward. I hear there's some good news from Mare.
Yes, most excellent news, my lord.
Well, you didn't waste any time, did you?
We are strong and youthful and we are quite happy together. So
you're going to strengthen Erebor. You're going to make us strong and powerful. I look forward to the day that Mare gives birth. It will be a happy day.
Yes, yes, but my king, I must ask you to allow me to leave the kingdom to aid those dear to me in my fellowship. For we've come across some grave news from several fronts, and I believe the shadow is growing strong again. And I've committed to Mare that I would fight the shadow back, so that we may keep our child from the harm that comes this way.
And you do what you must do, but you be returned before the 9 months are done. You will be
Very
here for
well,
the birth
King.
of your child.
Very well. There is a matter I must discuss with you as well. We seem to be coming across creatures that are not harmed by the weapons of dwarves and of the elves and of man, but we need some form of magic to kill the shades that come this way. Would you know of any such magical weapons that we may be able to fight this evil?
You sound like Farrar the Beardless. That's one of the arguments he gave to me for putting together an army to retake the Grey Delve.
Ah, the Grey Delve.
An ancient dwarven fortress. I'm sure if there's any great dwarven magical weapons about, it'll be deep in the vaults there.
Very good, very good. I will have to head towards Farrar then to see if we can retrieve such weapons. They will be needed.
I am not giving my permission for such an expedition. Doing so would simply expose Erebor to the wrath of the Shadow. There are foul things that occupy that, and they grow stronger than these days.
Very well, my lord. I will take your advice. Thank you. I will depart in the morning.
Okay, and congratulations.
Thank you, and congratulations to you as well, sire. Please take care of Mare while I'm gone.
Aye. You owe me one.
I do. I always will.
I ask an audience of Mare and tell her the bad news.
You get an audience with Mare. First thing she says is, "So, what do you think of my brother?"
Unexpectedly charming.
He can be. When he's not trying to kick those that try to get close to me in the ribs.
I understand. He presented things in his own way, of course.
I would expect none the less from him.
I think that for all his bluster, that deep inside, he's more of a wounded child. But
I could see
he's
that.
trying. He was good to me in my company.
At least he worked things out with Thror.
He did.
I did not really expect that to happen this decade.
I'm sure you didn't, and I don't know that he did, but sometimes the people we know surprise us. Congratulations on your good news.
Why, thank you very
Shared
much.
with us. I hope that your time will be easy.
Somehow I doubt that it will.
I have to tell you, we've been called by a woman that we all knew when we helped before and who helped us. Her to go to Aster. Her son is being unjustly accused of murder, and she believes that our company has the knowledge and the renown to clear his name and keep him from being executed for a crime he did not commit.
That's a relief. The last thing I need is Thor hovering over me like an eagle as I go through this.
You're very good at making this difficult task easy. Thank you for your kindness. Maybe it's even so.
Just remember that next time that my brother gives a invitation to a party.
I don't understand what that means.
He will pursue you.
Well,
There will be invitations by ravens for balls that he's put together for no other reason than to invite you.
well, I had hoped he understood, as he claimed to, that I have many commitments before I could live my own life for myself alone. And a new one just came, and when I was attacked, I know another type of enemy that needs to be looked after, gone after, and hunted. Plus, I have to deal with my own family, but I will remember, and I hope that
A few pleasant days in the Iron Hills is not the worst thing that could happen to you.
no, it's certainly not. I see what you mean now. She's telling me, remember this. I did you this favor. Go and do it. Yeah, I will remember, Mare. I wish you good health during the time of your, well, if your husband's gone, it doesn't have to be confinement now, does it?
No, it does not.
If no one's there to make sure that you never stand up or anything.
Do you not think that my father has plenty of people watching over me at all
I'm
times?
sure he does. I'm sure he does.
Long
Hopefully.
before I was pregnant, they were watching my every move.
I understand.
I'm just happy to have one less.
I have lived my life trying not to be found by servants of the enemy, so that they could not use me against my kin. I understand.
Then be well, and may there be justice for your friend.
Thank you, lady. I bow. I leave. I go and find Thor and get some. Well, she was very understanding.
Oh, I hope that is true. I'll find out tonight.
Can't relate. Sorry.
And I tell Lorith of potentially finding weapons where Farrar the Beardless now is trying to make a new home, which we were there before.
You haven't been there before. He hasn't been there. It's a dwarven kingdom fortress that's been overtaken by goblins and orcs. He's trying to put together and have Dane put together an army to flush out the orcs and vermin, so that the dwarves can retake this kingdom.
I thought it was next to Mirkwood, and we skirmished there. And
yes.
Okay. So we've been close, but not there. All right. So we may want to pass through there on our way to the Aster Vale.
Well, then we'd better leave tomorrow instead of waiting around and partying, because we don't know how much time we have, and somebody's life depends on us.
Very well. I told King Dane that we would be departing soon.
Yep. So, anybody else have anything else they want to do before you head on out?
Nope.
Nope.
So everybody make a lore roll to see if you can cut a day off your travel.
Lore is
Ella Brimborn gets a 23.
23? Okay.
I just got a 12.
I get 24.
I didn't roll again, so it's not worth knowing anything else besides that.
Okay. You shave a day off the path. That's fine. You did so well on this that I'm going to share a little bit of lore about the Grey Delve that you all know since you have old lore and stuff as traits. Some tales claim that the dwarves dug so deep that they broke into the ruins of some lost fortress from the first age of the world, and found things that are so terrible that they walled up those deeper passageways and warded them with traps both cunning and lethal. It lies hidden in a box canyon in the foothills of the Grey Mountains, so you need Farrar to help show you where it is to find it. Or spend considerable amount of time combing the foothills in order to, in every canyon to find it.
Were we there when King Dane told him he doesn't have leave to go there?
No, you ran into Farrar the Beardless in Mirkwood. He was
So
trying to get build up.
But he just talked to King Dane about going there, and King Dane told him no, he didn't want him going there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me he didn't advise us going there. And before we leave, I want to speak with the dwarves from the west and ask them if they would be open to sending aid to Farrar the Beardless as well and trade good to help them.
Well, we would, but from what I hear, he wanders through Mirkwood kind of like a madman. There's no place to send things directly. He has no point of contact.
Well, if you could send someone to the home of Thranduil, I will have someone meet you there.
To the home of Thranduil? Do you think we want to get locked up?
I am the ambassador of the elves. I will.
And you know that he'll lock us up.
No, not if you are welcome. Not if you take this with you, and I write up a writ for him to let them know that he is a friend.
Wow.
Of mine.
You're letting it. This could lead to trade with the elves.
It could and it should. We all need each other now as we move forward in this time of darkness.
We don't have very. That's fine. Perfect. That's correct. Thank you. Perfect.
Why, thank you very much. Is there anything else we can do for you?
No, this is very good. Thank you. Very good. Just plan on being able to bring some tools and weapons to their aid.
Oh, we definitely will. We have plenty left over.
Good. All right. I guess we're ready.
Okay. You travel 80 miles. Well, okay, first of all, traveling across North Mirkwood is 210 miles and takes 8 days. You're traveling 80 miles by horse over easy terrain through borderlands in the spring. This journey takes 1 day. That's how nice it is to have a horse. Everybody make one travel test. TN 14.
Okay. I'm wearing my cloak.
Me as well.
What?
They're wearing their special cloaks.
Me too. I got one finally.
Okay.
Remember?
I'm not rolling well, but I got a 15.
I got an 11.
11?
I got
You take 2 points of endurance loss.
I got a 10.
You take 2 points of endurance loss as your some of your frostbite injuries and stuff come back to you. Mm-hmm.
Elebrimborn got a 16.
You're holding up just fine.
Did you hear? I got an 11.
Yep, you take 2 points of
Got it.
damage
Got it.
as you are worn out from the travel. As you travel, as you now reach into the mountains of Mirkwood area, you travel 160 miles by horse over hard terrain through wildlands in the spring. This is 7 days. So make 2 travel tests at TN 16.
Right.
Oh, Elebrimborn's going to sing his travel song that he composed.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you get to add 2 6-sided dice to any roll.
So our travel roll?
Your travel roll.
He sings the Elven riding song. My people rode from the eastern lands, mass of legs, chaos in elven hands, past eagles' eyries upon cliff tops, tireless, always forward, ne'er to stop, through open plains as winds bellowed, the days of autumn as grass yellowed, rushing forth 100 score strong, filled with passion and elven song.
Nice.
What did you say we need?
16.
Oh, good. I have 3 more.
Make sure if you succeed, you fill out your skill group
Yes.
little boxy thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I got a 21 and an extraordinary success on the second with a Gandalf.
Excellent. You can put 2 marks there.
I got a 21 with 2 Tengus.
Make sure you mark that skill, yeah.
19, no tangos.
Okay. Excellent.
So I got 117
Okay.
with 1 Tengu, and then I got a 13. So I'm going to use that that roll of Mike's.
Yeah, two
2d6.
6-sideds.
So I added a 9.
There you go. Motivated by the song.
Yes, no question.
I'm getting 1s and 2s. Okay, there we go.
At least
Come on,
you're not
baby.
weary.
15 and a tango for the second roll.
You lose 2 points of endurance.
Ooh. Did I get the other 2 back yet? From the first day?
No. You did not.
Bloody.
You travel through the foothills of the Great Mountains. Twisted pines grow from the stony hills. The land falls away to the west toward the vales of Anduin and slopes toward the forest river. There's little sign of life, just the ruins of abandoned fortifications resting on the hill peaks. And as you reach the northwest of the forest, there are signs of woodcutting. Great black bears and wolves hunt the forest. And you reach one of the lumber camps around dusk, and the men are already inside drinking hard. They grow very quiet as you enter. Who are you? And what are you doing here? Speaks the leader, a one-eyed blonde woman.
We are travelers. We are on our way to aid some friends and are passing through this way.
Well, you're no friends of ours, so we'll get out of here.
Please, please, we are here, and we are cold and tired. Would enjoy a night's rest. Please, we can pay for our evening food and drink. Please come join us. My name is Thror Flamestrike. Maybe you've heard of our group, the Whiskey Drinking Bear.
Make a courtesy roll.
All right.
TN 16.
16. Courtesy 3. Okay. Alright, that's good. And 9, 19, 18, 19 with the Tengu.
Good job. That's a success. My name is Alberta Three Horses. Because once I stole 3 horses and managed to stand on 1 foot on the outward horses and control the center horse during the escape. We're all descendants of cutthroats and thieves. We don't blink at the sight of blood, and we enjoy spilling strangers' blood.
Ah.
You're in an encounter with her, if you haven't figured that out. She prefers valor, of course, so what's the highest of your company's valor?
4. I'm a 4.
Probably me. I got a 5 now.
5? Wow.
Yeah.
We are not strangers to anymore, my lady. I am Ella Brimborn.
And -1 for each elf. So
there's always elf discrimination going on.
Especially if Ella Brimborn's in your party.
Yeah.
We're all strangers, but we should be united against the real enemies.
The elves.
Yeah, we are.
the real enemies? The Bjornings, of course. They try to
speaking of the shadow.
The shadow minds its own business. Which the Bjornings don't. They hunt us down as vicious bears. They mangle our children and steal them in the night.
They would never do such. Surely some evil ones pretend to be them and do these harms.
Make a persuade roll, TN 18. Bear lover, bear lover.
No, I don't
We are the Whiskey Drinking Bear.
Yeah.
Really.
We are bear lovers. We saved a bear. That's how we got our name.
Fuck on, Bridget.
Take a point. Take a fellowship point if you need it.
I only got 15.
You want to take a fellowship thing?
Sure.
Take a fellowship. Bring it, roll an extra die. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't roll an extra die. You add your attribute.
What
Your wit, yeah. Your wits.
Your wits.
Less favored or favored wits if it's favored skill.
Favorite wits. Oh, okay. Well, then I make it with no problem.
Okay.
That's actually probably a good success.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Aye. So we could agree to disagree on these things. When you live out here, so close to goblin kind, and you're more worried about the bears, then you should know who your enemies are.
I agree with you, goblin filth.
We
They
have,
slate my parents. I will kill all of them, as do orcs.
we've slain many a goblin and many a troll in our time.
Make an R roll. TN 12.
What? Which one?
Both of you.
All right.
Because I said we killed trolls, and now they're like perking up their little ears.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be wearing my helm then. And I have
17 with the Tengu.
17 with the Tengu. That's good.
18. I got a 16 with the Tengu.
Okay, you guys both get that. Aye! You know, that's something we can all agree on. Here's to killing the goblins.
Aye, cheers.
So who's this friend that you're going out to rescue?
Oh, a woman that we knew from. She married a friend of ours, and her son is in trouble. But we can talk of that later. Tell us about yourselves. What do you do in these parts?
We cut the forest. We make trees. Try to undercut the woodsman. We sell to Vigland, and he builds fortifications.
Vigland.
Vigland and Vigar.
Vigland and
Vigland and Viglar. You don't know? Vigland is... You all know Vigland. Vigland rules the Northern Anduin area and has been encroaching on Bjorn's territory for a while. He is known as a slaver and as very brutal.
Okay. So we have to tread cautiously here.
Encroaching on whose land?
Bjorn's.
Bjorn's.
Why, I wonder if some of you wouldn't prefer some somewhat gentler labor. I'm looking to... I have a lot in Sunsteed, and I'm looking to hire some to grow grain and grapes for me.
Did you not hear what we said? Some of us are murderers. Some of us are thieves. We like being out here where we can take care of our own and not worry about those that have a stick up their butts about us can find us.
If one leaves behind one's harder ways, then no one will know where you go and begin your new life.
Who says we want to leave our ways?
I'm looking to the future. I'm looking to hire some good, strong folk who don't mind hard work, and I can see that there's plenty of them here. For all that you say you're thieves, I see hardworking people enjoying an honest brew at the end of a hard day's work.
Make a persuade roll, TN 14.
And I'm starting to get a bitter taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
The more I talk to these folks.
Vigland and but there's still opportunity here. What did you say?
14.
Thinking they might be the ones behind Petra's son's ills.
8 and 8 is 16. I made it.
You made it.
No Tengus.
So no, tell us who about the trouble your friend's in.
How far are we from the Aster Vale?
You're not far. Not far.
Not far.
See,
well, that is where we are headed.
Word is the runt led his father to the paths of the serpent, an appropriate place for a foul deed. If you ask me, he wanted to get his old man out of the way so he could claim his stepmom, this Petra, as his slave. Tough warrior, she'd make a fine slave. The unhappy family, or what's left of it, can be found in Astor, 3 days' ride west of here.
3 days' ride west of here. So, not more of what happened?
Make a TN 14 persuade.
Okay.
What was his father's name? I don't know if Baldic ever ended up sailing with her. I got a Gandalf.
I got a...
Gandalf? Cool.
6 and 9 is 15 and 3, 18. And 18.
An 18, excellent. That gets you over there. I'm just trying to find where the name is. I wrote it in one place only.
It wasn't Baldic, right? Because
no,
she ran Baldic off because he didn't bring her the right cow or something.
Right.
Baron, his name is Berren.
2 hours.
2 hours. The lad claimed owl women did the deed. He didn't put much effort into that alibi.
Owl women.
Owl women.
We know of such
Have you
a
heard of tales of owl women before? Any old lore on owl women?
We fought one.
We fought a harpy.
Hmm?
We fought a harpy.
She had the owl, remember? Whenever she had a crow.
She had a raven.
She had a
Yeah, the
raven.
crow,
Raven.
right.
Raven.
Same diff.
Kill their crow.
Wouldn't happen to have been a raven woman, would it?
No, they said it was an owl woman.
Owl woman.
Look at
Tall
that.
as a person, the body of a woman, head of an owl.
Can I make
Have
a
we had
lore
any
of,
old lore
shadow
on
lore?
such an owl woman
Sure.
before?
What do I do for that? I have
You just
shadow
declare
lore.
it for Shadow Lord.
Shadow lore.
You never heard of anything like this.
Oh. Thanks, Garrett. He's like, just declare it.
Anything
Without
for
telling
old
the
lore?
Because there's nothing in Shadow Lord to know about it.
Anything in old lore?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So where might this
I'll give
owl
you something
woman?
in old lore. Sometimes the owls was a sign of a guardian, and bodyguards would take the guys or with their armor to resemble owls.
Okay. Bodyguards. Interesting.
That's not a shadow thing. That's just an old lore.
And
What kind of guardian?
and where is this place that
Bodyguards.
this owl woman was supposedly seen, and where Baron was killed?
That's the path of the
Paths
serpent.
of the serpent.
Path to the Serpent. Okay.
If you look at your map,
Okay.
Bodyguards. It would be a tradition of certain kinds of people, not just
mm-hmm.
any. So I wondered if there was anything attached to that.
Yeah.
It's a tradition of the
Mundings?
northern men,
Northern men.
the ones that you encountered when you were up in the near Angmar. Let's see. Path of the Serpents
Would
is
some of the
about over here.
would it be like from the descendants of like the people of Haleth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you pointing at?
That makes sense.
I don't know where.
Northwest of Mirkwood.
Oh, that high up. Wow.
The name Baron.
I thought
You-
Petra was closer to the
You're over
ford.
here. She was, but apparently she's moved.
Wow.
Okay.
She was by the old ford.
All right.
She was actually between the old ford and Bjorn's house.
Right. Yeah.
Well, very good. Very good. Any other news in this area?
Not much other news. Viglin's son, Viglar, has personally been put in charge of the case of judging and executing the runt. So he's been sitting pretty up in Astor, waiting for this company of the whiskey-drinking bear to come in and take one last look at the evidence.
Ah.
He
Well.
and his goblin sidekick, which, if he wasn't Viglin's son, I'd slay him in a second. Saviga, real jerk, but what do you expect from a goblin? I don't know, can't believe that Viglin's son would take company in such a wretch.
Does not sound good. Does not sound good. Is besides Saviga, is there anyone else that Vigor confides in?
He's taken his own confidence in there. He's setting himself up as king while over Astor.
And where does Vigland reside now?
Vigland has his own encampment south of here.
Ah, very good.
Where's
Interesting. Anyone else have any thoughts at this time?
Yeah, I wish we'd never been drawn into this shitty case.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna be nice. And now we have yet another.
He has a longhouse under the
person
eaves of Northern Mirkwood.
Fight. We're gonna
That's
run into Vigler,
what we know.
Vigler, huh?
Vigler.
Sorry, it's reminding me of Zig Ziglar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say we go speak with Petra next and see if we can find out anything else
Yes.
as to our next move.
Alberta says, I'll send a rider with you to accompany you to Astor in the morning.
Thank you very much.
They'll let you in a little bit easier if one of our own is with you.
Thank you for your
Very good.
hospitality.
Well, you haven't drunk with us yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
We'll buy a round of beer.
AO is for the weak, and they pour whiskey down.
I agree.
why don't you pull out some of that fine? And I'm saying this out of game. Somebody, I would have it, except I don't have it anymore. Actually, I forgot. I did keep some so that I could use it for sweetening.
Just such an emergency.
Yeah, some long bottom leaf or something like that, because
Yeah,
I
old
have a feeling
Toby.
These people would like it. You might want to.
Yeah, I can pull out some old
bring out
Toby.
the ganja.
I wouldn't waste my old Toby on them.
Yeah, let's not. Let's just drink rock gut.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Well,
Fair
you
enough.
know, it might go a long way to getting us some goodwill for the night, so that we don't get robbed and have our throats cut in our sleep. Because otherwise,
Try if they
otherwise-
might.
we're gonna need to share a room and do watches.
That's true.
Because if these people think the bears are hunting them, well, maybe the bears are. Maybe there's a good reason. I don't know. I've never known the Bjornings to be
I'm not wasting old Toby on them. If they want to come after me, let them try. I got my new armor.
Great.
Okay. So you guys drink heartily into the night, into massive headaches all around?
No.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Lorif does not.
No, I'm well.
Yeah, I'm not going to drink heavy. Not around these folks. But I'll drink like a dwarf.
You drink like a dwarf, no problem. Ella Brimborm, how do you drink?
I'll drink heavy.
You drink heavy?
Uh-oh.
Make an athletics check. TN 14.
Is he going to be dancing with the woman with one eye?
That depends if a Sauron bro shows up.
Yeah, I could be dancing with Vigland's son.
She can
Can
ride
you
3
barrel
horses.
rolls?
There you go, Ella Brimborn.
What's that? Ride the three?
Three
Yeah,
horses.
she can ride 3 horses. That's my kind of woman. I got
Hucky the little horse.
I got a 20.
Okay. You drink quite well. And the morning comes and you find yourself bridled in Albretta's bed.
Nice.
Perfect.
Ow. Ow.
Couldn't be better. Could not be a better result.
I guess she wasn't too shy of an elf.
Nope.
All
right. Well,
how do you drink?
He's riding his horse. We can't hear you, Steve.
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry. I must have missed a.
How do you drink?
Must have. Oh, I drink light. Only enough to be polite.
Okay. So if you match them for the first hour, otherwise they get angry at you.
Right.
So you have a little bit of a headache in the morning, but you're fine. You do watches and stuff. They don't make any moves. They just drink themselves unconscious. And they're up before dawn, and most of them are up in the woods felling trees before you're even awake.
Mm.
And they have a couple riders assigned to take you for the remaining 3 days to Astor.
I thank Alberta for the wonderful evening and kiss her hand.
She's not even there when you're awake.
Oh, damn.
But you wish
This
she
is
was
like that-
because you are still tied up in ropes.
This is a pattern. It's becoming a pattern for me.
He still says it though. He's tied up and he's still a little drunk.
Make a Houdini roll.
So it's like do I have to do I have to escape the ropes, or one of my party member finds me like this, or
That's up
whoever
to you.
rolls the lowest score or something?
I assume Lorith has to find you.
No. I'm not going to draw that short straw.
Everybody roll 1d12. Except for Ella Brimborn.
All right.
All right, I rolled a 4.
9.
Grimbo?
Sauron.
Grimbo, you are looking for Ella Brimborn, and they say,
I was
I
gonna
think
volunteer
he's in Alberta's
anyways.
room. And you open the door and find Ella Brimborn naked and tied up like a horse, cross between bridled like a horse and hogtied.
It is a vision that will haunt me till the end of my days.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Ella Brimborn tries to shrug his shoulders, but he's tied up. But that's
I guess he's going to be your fellowship focus from...
Oh my
yeah
god.
for this.
Fellowship
You
avoidance.
could have
more
called
like-
everybody in
You're
and,
not going to be able to
and
get
got
him out
paid
of
a
your
gold
mind.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
You
like, you guys got to check this out.
Treasure
you could have
point.
had a gold piece each. Each view.
Your Grimbo calls you all, says there's something you've got to see.
Right. I don't.
Maybe we can
Yeah.
charge
that's what I
the
would do.
other, like the loggers, like, to like go whole hog on the elf, and
Yeah, these elves, they can't hold their liquor.
I
Always getting into trouble.
something you have to see. Nah, what?
I'll throw a blanket on him and cut his bonds.
No, it was fun.
All right.
Oh, for shame.
We'll save this story for another night.
Yeah.
We need to ride. You
Yep.
look like you've been ridden all night there, Ella Brimborn.
Yes, I've been ridden hard and wet.
You've been ridden hard and put away wet.
Yeah, right.
All right, so you ride for another 3 days. You don't need to roll for those travels. That's fine. And you reach the hamlet of Astor. And here is Petra.
Mm.
She's there to greet you. There's hugs and wine at the reunion.
Even for me?
Even for you.
Very good to see you, Petra. I'm sorry about your the troubles that have fallen your way and the loss of your husband.
Yes, I'm very upset about it. It's quite devastating. You think you're going to have forever and have this one life, and then everything gets taken away from you.
Very sad. Must have come and tell us more. We do not want to lose any more time.
And that's when Viglar and Saviga charge into the room. Viglar's tall, with a beard, unkempt a bit of a barrel-chested, and Saviga is, well, what you would imagine as a goblin dressed in pants would look like. And Viglar goes, I am the judge in the trial, and I have all the information I need to find the boy guilty. It's up to you to change my open mind. We begin at dawn. And Saviga says, we execute the killer before lunch. Viglar laughs and the pair leaves.
Huh. No time for investigation, eh? You sure we cannot have more time with the witnesses and with the accused and
this is all I can get you.
Do a proper investigation?
This is all I can get you. You're not going to be getting a fair trial. You have what you have. He is bound and determined to kill my son, my stepson.
Oh, I thought he was still in the room. I wanted to confront him.
Oh, no, he just walks off.
Well, tell us what you can right now, and we only have tonight.
I can take you to the jail and arrange a meeting with my stepson.
It's a good first step.
Very good.
Sounds good.
While we're on our way, you want to tell us what you know?
What I know is that Sigland went with Baron and his friend Walden to the Path of Serpents to look for gems that had fallen out of the eyes of the statues of the snakes along that path. And apparently there might have been some attack of basilisks that are common around there, that my husband and stepson had fought with, and Walden fell behind. And next thing you know, my husband has an arrow sticking out of his neck, and Sigland is dragging the body away, telling Walden not to say what happened here, and talking about owl women.
Well, we have fought basilisks before, Thror and I, and they do not fire arrows.
You're gonna take a recess now.
Well, it sounds to me that we should proceed to talking with the boy as soon as possible.
Yes.
Okay. Petra takes you to the jail and arranges a meeting in a dark, windowless room with Sigland. Sigland is filthy. He has not been allowed to wash in months, apparently. And he says, Petra, why do you waste these people's time? Everyone knows I'm guilty. Let me die with some honor. I do not believe you killed your father, my husband, and I'll be damned if I lose both of you. Now cooperate with those heroes. It's an encounter talking to Sigland. He prefers the highest valor, so that's 5, I believe. The tolerance is equal to your valor, 5, minus 1 for every elfin Bjorning, so 4.
Wow, this is like a racist world.
You're in a very racist area.
Yeah. They hate elves, man. Everyone hates elves. Dragons hate elves. What do we do?
So Sigland, you must respect your mother's wishes. She is by far your most treasured thing in this world. Do you not know your place? And I use my awe against him to.
That's a good choice.
Great.
TN 16.
Okay. And I get 2 feet die. All right. That is well needed. 9, 1 Tengu, 15 and 6, 21 with 1 Tengu.
Excellent. That counts as 2 successes.
Alright.
You've got my attention. You're
So,
not soft. You're not weak. You might actually have something.
no, we are here to help you. We've come from quite afar. Rohan, Arable, Sunsteed, Mirkwood. We are all friends of your mother. We've had a long-standing relationship with her, and she's a good friend. Now tell us what you know and be truthful. Be honest.
Make a persuade roll.
Okay.
TN 14.
14. Alright. And I am going... I don't need it. 14 and 3. What was it again?
14. Persuade.
Okay, I got a 17. No Tengus.
No Tengus? Okay. That's another success. We went with my friend Walden, who never seen the Path of Serpents before. And before we got ambushed by basilisks, Walden vanished. I thought he'd gotten picked off by one of those basilisks. But after the fight, he showed up unhurt. I got bitten by a basilisk, and Dad rushed in and slew my attacker. And then I saw a woman with the upper body of an owl emerge from behind a wall. She put an arrow through Dad's neck. I dragged him off as arrows landed all around me.
Sorry,
Why do you think this owl woman would attack your father?
I don't know. It was like territorial. She was further away, as if she was trying to keep us from finding something on the path.
Do you have any of these arrows?
No. Well, Vigler has the one that was in my dad's neck.
Hmm. And it was the arrow any of any make made in this land, in this area?
I didn't want to look at it. I didn't study it. And
Okay.
I haven't been told anything.
What happened?
Okay.
You're talking to the son,
Yeah, I got that.
stepson.
I'm asking what.
He went down to the Path of Serpents. The guy that attacked by
What's the Path of
basilisks.
Serpents?
That's a path, a road, an ancient road, where there were stone rocks in the shape of serpents with gems for eyes. But over the years, the gems have fallen out of there, so people go looking for gems. And they brought his friend Walden, who'd never been there. The friend disappeared. They got attacked by basilisks. He got bit by the basilisk.
What do you mean? The friend disappeared and they got attacked?
I'm sorry. The friend disappeared, and then the father and son got attacked. The son got bit by the basilisk, and the father slew the basilisk that attacked the son. And then a woman with the upper body of an owl appeared behind a wall, drew an arrow, and put the arrow in and through his father's neck. And
Did you guys find any of the gems that fell out? Maybe this owl lady is trying to protect the gems or the serpents.
Make a persuade roll. No, we didn't find any gems. Make a persuade roll, Lorth.
All right. 19 with 2 Tengus.
19 with 2 Tengus. Excellent. Good job. That brings you up to 5 successes. Walden found me and encouraged me to get out of this path as quickly as possible. He didn't seem surprised by Dad's death. He listened to my story about what happened, and when we returned, excuse me, he told everyone we saw that I killed Dad.
Yes.
Not only isn't that true, but I don't think he was even near where Dad was felled.
That's because your friend set up this. He must know these people that attacked your father. He went off to give them the signal that it was time. He told you that he wanted to see this place, didn't he? Wasn't it him that suggested that he had never seen it before when you were talking of it?
He said he wanted to see it, and because my dad and I were
you
going.
Had to leave. Yes, of course. Your friend is not your friend. I'm sorry.
Make a riddle roll. TN 14.
Can I use anything?
You can use a fellowship point.
Can I? Good.
Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's an extra dice, right?
Nope, that adds your bonus attribute.
Okay. Because I only have one in riddle so far. I'm gonna need it. What attribute?
What's riddle under?
Wits, I think.
Wits. Good.
So
Yeah,
for
wits.
wits. Still only 10.
You don't make it. What do you mean he's not my friend?
I mean,
I've known him since I was a little kid.
well, sometimes we can know someone a long time and not realize that they've changed. Perhaps he was your friend in the past. But if he was really still your friend, would he accuse you of doing something when he wasn't there to see it? He
As
knew
Walton.
that you didn't kill your father because he went off. Didn't you say he disappeared?
He
went off, gave the signal to the people that he knew would be waiting to hurt your father. They took care of it, and then he came back in time to accuse you of something that he couldn't possibly have seen.
Where has Walden visited you?
No, Walden's being kept in a really nice cabin that was built for him by Viglar.
So, of course, they made
So we need to
to talk to him.
Walden. Yes, we do. Is there anything else you can tell us about what happened, or what maybe something else that has happened since you've returned?
Make a persuade.
Okay.
TN 14.
Nine. I'll use a point of hope. Yep, 14.
Okay. We got the points. That gets you up into the area. Walden didn't seem surprised when I told him about the owl women. He even corrected me. I said they had feathers around their collarbone. And he said more like decorative leather strips to look like feathers. I think he saw the owl women.
He saw them before. He knew of them, of course.
And after this much as you've said this much, Viglar comes in to take Siglin back to his cell. The boy embraces his stepmom and leaves without a fuss. Viglar smiles. Good boy. Don't make my goblin beat you again. And behind the door there's the crack of a whip and a goblin's voice. I've got the whipping post all set up. Petra turns to you. I want to kill that goblin. I'm serious. One arrow.
All in good time. We think we know what happened now, in part, but we need to find out the rest of this riddle.
Maybe the boy was enchanted by one of these owl women. We do not know of their kind. Maybe they hold this power.
I think it more likely he's underpay. I think perhaps he was a good lad before, but he went off. He suggested it to his friend and went off and then spoke of the feathers later. That doesn't sound like an enchanted person to me. That sounds like a snitch.
I'm sure, right?
Wrong. But it's, at least we know that part of the setup is obvious. The other part is
Conjecture.
Why?
Surely.
So they want
No.
they want to gain
That's-
power.
Mhm.
So perhaps the person who's judging might be involved.
Mhm. I agree.
What do you do?
That's a good question.
Think we go find Waldo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk to the other.
So he's staying with
Where is
he's staying
Waldo?
with he's been sequestered by Big Vigler.
Yeah, yep, he's sequestered in a luxurious cabin.
Okay.
And we take our leave and head towards Waldo.
Walden. Walden.
Walden.
Where is Walden?
Lake Walden.
I
Yeah.
knew you were gonna say that. So
There are 4 guards outside of his cabin. Say nobody goes in without permission from Vigler.
Wow. Mm-hmm. All right, Vigler.
Vigler is in the jail.
All right, we'll go confront Vigler, I guess.
Okay. Vigler's
Wait,
basically
probably
going,
would've-
what axe should we use to cut off your head tomorrow?
To who's he saying that
To
to?
Sigland.
That'll be enough of that. Vigler.
a judge
Biggie.
is supposed to be impartial.
Biggie.
I may have enough information to make my judgment.
Whatever you have, it's improper to bother the person accused at this
So-
point in time.
We're here to review the evidence that you have. Show us this arrow that was used to slay the boy's father.
I had it destroyed after I analyzed it.
And what did you gain from your analysis?
It was an arrow, easily made by any of the people of Astor.
Why would you have it destroyed?
It was covered in blood. It was gory. I didn't really want it around.
So you destroyed evidence.
I analyzed it before.
So tell me, Mr. Vigler,
Yes.
why do you believe the one boy's story over the other?
What? Because his story does not involve owl women prancing through the path of serpents.
So you
Well,
believe
the
that
other one is a calculated murder in order to get the stepmom into slavery, and the other one is an owl woman killed him.
When a young man's life is at stake, shouldn't you even look into all the possible evidence, no matter how far-fetched it may be?
No,
Well, we're here to do just that, and we need access to question the other boy.
he's already given his testimony. I've heard it all.
He's given it to
That
you,
will not
to
suffice.
us.
Are you aware that Walden knows of these owl women and their existence?
That was not in his testimony, and I have no reason to believe that to be true.
Well, then you must talk to him in front of us, because we know that he knows that these owl women exist. So your basis that the owl women don't exist is why you think that the son killed the father. But could it be that actually a creature, that the boy that told you the testimony, could it be that you didn't do a thorough investigation? I know you-
resent
I know-
that.
I'm
What's
sure
that?
I did
you've
the most thorough
investigated
investigation possible.
possible, but we are here. We have come all this way. You've granted us to provide the possible defense and to investigate on our own, and all we are asking is to speak to the other boy.
What would it hurt for us to speak to him?
Make it persuade.
And what would it hurt for you to ask them of the existence of the owl women?
Don't keep pushing it. Just roll a persuade. I'll roll a persuade as well. I got a Gandalf to start with. My first of the night. Actually, my first in 2 sessions. And then 3 5s.
Fine. Talk to him. See what it gets you. You'll find the same thing that he's already told me. It'll just waste your time.
It's ours to waste.
So be it. Saviga, tell the guards to let him in. You're really gonna let him in? Yes. Okay. And they let you in. Walden can be found eating a fruit platter inside a hut filled with tapestries and pillows.
It must be difficult to be separated from your family at this time in such a harsh condition.
They're allowed to visit.
Well, that's nice. Tell me, were these... When the last time you saw these owl women, were they wearing actual feathers, or was it just something cut to look feathery?
Persuasion roll. Owl women. He chokes a little bit on what he's eating, spits it up, and then says, "Owl women, you're as crazy as Sigland."
Am I?
Yeah. Everybody knows there's no such thing as owl women.
There's a lot of things in the world that people don't realize exist. See this hand?
Yeah?
Why, just a few weeks ago, it was almost frozen solid because I was in a forest and I came upon a shade, a ghost, a winter ghost that froze all around him. Animals that couldn't get away died of exposure. I had icicles drooping from my nose and my teeth as I lifted my sword to cut at him and cut the air again and again and again, and it didn't. Ah!
Make an R roll.
Yeah, I thought that one.
And they're coming for you now.
TN 12.
Can I use
Yep.
Okay, so I get
Fellowship
my
point.
thing, right?
That adds your attribute.
Okay, because I think this might
That
be
would
a
add
good
your body.
So that's 19 plus 8. Just regular body,
27.
not favored body?
Nope, just unless awe is a favored skill.
It is a favored skill.
Then yes, it is your favored. You add your favored.
So that would be 29.
Did you get any 6s in there?
No.
Wow. He's freaked out and calling, "Guards! Guards!"
There's no damage to you here.
Guards come
All
rushing
you need
in.
to do is... He choked a little on his fruit. He's fine.
Make a persuade roll.
I just had 29.
Choked
off.
on.
Yeah, you did a great job on him. Now you have to get the guards off your back.
Motherfucker.
Choked on his fruit.
Jesus. Sorry, Christian. Damn you, Garrett. It's 15.
They back away and head on and leave you alone.
It's fine, boy. Such a shade probably couldn't come and find you. They only go after people that they think are doing wrong. They only go after people who've lost hope and started to follow the shadow. I was in grief for a mistake I made that cost my friend her life. A troll killed her and ate her in front of me, and I almost died myself.
Make a riddle roll. Ian 14. I'll let you roll with the 12-sided die twice and take the better roll. Because of how awesome the intimidation was and how this is building on that.
Use what you got. Well, the better roll is the roll that's not the Eye of Sauron. So I'll take the better roll. But it's still only a 6 altogether.
Okay. He just sees this as more intimidation, doesn't quite see where the puts together the points you're putting in for him.
So I'm going to turn and don't worry. I'm sure you're fine here. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I am fine here. I have plenty to eat. I'm comfortable.
And when
Figler takes good care of me here.
When your friend is executed for something that he didn't do, I'm sure that he won't come back in some form.
Nice.
And take his revenge. I'm sure that the sight of him won't haunt you day and night, knowing that it was you who set up the murder of his father for some paltry reward.
Make a awe roll.
Gandalf. A Gandalf and 9 with a Tengu.
2 successes. I didn't kill him, and I didn't set up his Baron's death.
But you know who did. What did they tell you? Just to give them a message and then walk away?
They said they'd kill me.
Who?
Make a persuade roll.
Perhaps we can help.
I say, son, you do not have to worry. We are here. We will protect you. Tell us the truth. The truth will set you free.
But I'm already free.
No, you won't. You won't be free. If we believe we know who is behind this, and as soon as this trial is over, you will find yourself in the same situation at some future point in time. You will not get away with this.
The arrow that killed his father was destroyed afterwards because you don't leave loose ends and evidence when you're doing something evil, do you?
You think Figler did this?
I think that you will be a loose end. How long do you think you'll be eating fruit plates and lounging around on silk cushions after the deed is done?
Forever?
No. You'll be lucky to make it through. But we could
You will
help you.
pay. You will pay for the untruths that you tell in life.
Make a persuade roll, Thror.
Okay.
Make a good one.
All right. Very nice. 12 and 8, 20 with the Tengu.
Ooh. Got up to 6 successes. Listen. One of the owl women grabbed me from behind. She put a dagger to my throat and said to get my friend as far away from here as possible, or we'd be killed. And so when I saw Siglin dragging his father through with that arrow through his neck, I knew what had happened. And I did what I could to get him out of there. But no one would believe me if I told them about owl women down there. In fact, they'd probably go back and look. I'm trying to protect as many people as I can that I can save.
You can't save somebody by lying and letting your friend die. You have to tell the truth. And if you do...
If I change my testimony, Figlar will kill me.
Why will he kill you?
Because it'll complicate things for him. He doesn't like complications.
You must tell the truth. And,
we will protect. We will protect you. We will protect you from Vigler.
We will protect you from Vigler, and we will find out what the owl women and bring evidence back. All we need is but a feather.
The truth will be undeniable then.
There's a rattle at the windows at that moment.
Of course there is.
Of course. What is it, a raven?
I don't know.
Didn't anybody have a sword that glows with a goblin nearby?
Right.
Awareness.
Awareness, sure.
Yeah.
My precious.
And the lookout. Roll awareness as well.
Laura's doing it right now.
Okay.
Anyone that's in league with a goblin.
22? Yeah, that's good. You catch the glimpse of a goblin in the window as the goblin as takes off as it was listening in on the conversation.
Get that goblin! I point.
We rush
Can
out.
Elebrimborn run out there?
Yeah, he's fast. He's light on his feet.
He's running past 4 guards heading toward the jail at full speed. What do you do?
We have to protect
Kill a
the
goblin?
kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna
We
shoot.
have to split the party.
You're gonna shoot the goblin?
No.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow in front of him. You know what? I'm gonna do an elf light. Put him asleep.
Oh, that would be good.
That's a good one.
Good idea.
Do you have to roll
So
anything
I'm gonna
for
cast-
that, or does it just happen?
So the elf light, the way that works is he looks at it. He's got to spend a point of hope or whatever to avoid it. I think I'm looking it up right now.
I think it would be hate for him.
It's hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Spend a point of hope to ignore the spell.
They did not give him any hate. How unfortunate for him. He cannot avoid the spell.
All right. So he'll just look at the light, and then I'll snuff out the light that will confuse and blind him. But if he has, does one of his, let's see, when a living creature with an attribute level lower than 6,
He is.
okay, then he falls asleep and into enchanted sleep immediately.
He falls asleep. One of the guards rushes over to him and goes, "You killed Saviga! You killed Saviga! The elf is a killer! The elf is a killer!" And he carries the body of Saviga into the jail.
He might have seen the light,
Yeah,
too.
they should have seen the light. Did they see the light too, or no?
Oh, they did see the light.
Well, then they would have to go towards it as well.
All right, they go toward it.
Yeah, and then when I extinguished it, they would have been confused and blinded.
They panic and go, "Evil! There's demon work here! Demon work here! Servant of the shadow!"
All right, so I go grab the goblin and run off with him and tie him up or something.
You go run off and tie up the goblin. Okay.
You could just leave him.
What's that? Well, he's in
asleep.
enchanted sleep.
He's asleep. You know.
Well, I think primarily
He
we
might
just
be
have
able
to
They
get
won't
to
know
Big
it's
Vigler.
got anything to do with you. It's just like all these lights appeared, and then they got confused and they freaked out, and the goblin's asleep. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's the willow wisps, it's the owl women that have come to attack us. I'll bring the goblin to his master.
Yeah.
In an enchanted sleep.
Vigler goes, "What did you do to Saviga?"
I didn't do anything. I tried to rescue this young fool. The owl women came out and enchanted him.
There are no owl women.
I just saw one. It enchanted your goblin here. He's fast asleep.
Vigler slaps the goblin.
They came
awake.
in the form of a light.
The goblin says, "Light. It was so beautiful. The light." And Vigler says, "Get out of my office."
Your
The trial
goblin will
begins at dawn.
Your goblin will sleep. Well, we have some new information for you. I know you've done a really good investigation, and you said you were threatened by our
present it to you
investigating
later.
things. What's that?
We'll present it to you later. Don't we need to talk about how we're gonna do this and figure out a plan?
Sure.
Or do you think that this is like just justice, and as soon as we tell the truth, everything's gonna go into a perfect little situation? Because I'm not thinking like that.
No, you're right. You're correct. It won't.
Most likely,
Your goblin's gonna have to sleep through the. I don't know. I guess the owl women put on this kind of enchanted sleep so that they sleep through the whole night, just like the opposite of owls. He won't awake until daybreak.
He goes, "Guards, get this elf out of my jail before I throw him in chains."
So, how far away is it to the
Path
lair
of serpents.
Serpents
Path of Serpents, from here.
by horseback?
It is. Let me pull up the map. Serpents. Upper Western Vales.
Watch out, Mickey's behind you, Daddy.
West Upper Vales, page 23.
What? I did feed you.
Path of the Serpents, there we go. About 30 miles away.
Oh, it's pretty far.
We're not gonna be able to get it. If he's being executed at dawn, we're not gonna be able to get there and back, obviously.
No.
Can I roll lore to see if I know something about their legal system? Like, if he wrongly accuses a man of a crime and executes him, he's going to be subject to the same punishment, or he's just, or can I roll lore to see if I know anything about their
Of course you can, sure.
legal system?
Meanwhile, see,
That's
whatever's going on, he probably has a clue, and if he doesn't, well then he's gonna want not to have a problem with these people anyway. I
Right.
mean, so perhaps we can.
he doesn't want to look like a fool,
No,
obviously, but
we could offer our services in helping to discover the mystery of these owl women. If he drops all the charges against both the boys, you know.
There's no charge against Walden. Walden's just a
No, but yeah.
prime witness.
Yeah, exactly.
but he's afraid that he's going to get executed if
yeah,
he's caught lying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the both boys would need protection, is what I'm saying.
That's a 27 lore with Tengu.
The justice is what the chiefs say, or in this case, the representative of the chief's son. Whatever they say goes. The chiefs maintain their power by having the support of the people, which is usually through fear or through spectacle. What they fear is losing the support of the people, which undermines their ability to rule. Right.
So the fact that this boy's story could turn that for him if he goes against it, but we still, I don't know. I wish I could roll for a bright idea with this, but I think that the thing is...
so we could ask to go get evidence of the owls, the owl women, and...
delay of justice.
If he delays his ruling for another 3 days or 4 days.
Yeah, we could... we basically have three choices, right? We can either... We can't get there and back in time. So we either have to get more time from Figler, or we have to sow some dissent from the village folk.
Yeah.
We have to, we could also lean on too. I mean, we
just kill everybody.
Just kill everybody. Yeah.
Well, no.
Just kill everybody.
But remember, there are those among us who have some status with the Bjornings, right?
I don't.
Well, we knew one, right?
But I mean, we
know one.
Thror defeated Bjorning. We actually were in the presence of when Bjorn's son got poisoned.
Yeah, these
are the
we
enemies
knew
of the Bjornings.
I know, Garrett.
Okay.
I'm saying we know the Bjornings. Perhaps we could offer ourselves as mediators with them. That's the carrot, or the stick is, you guys are representatives here of some pretty powerful kingdoms close by that they don't want to, they don't want their trade to be stopped all of a sudden at a certain point because of what they've done and how the dwarves feel or the elves feel or this. There's people here, people with influence here in this party, and we should try and we either need to give them the carrot or remind them that there is a stick for them if they don't follow the truth here instead of their own whims, and that if we're willing to help them ferret out these owl women anyway, that could help.
Well, I agree with you. I think that if you present that to Vigler and he still resists, then it's like, well, maybe he's in league with the owl at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, let's find out whether he's just trying to try to do the easiest job for him, trying to make it easy for himself,
right, or
whether he's actually in league with the owl women, right?
Yeah. It could be either way. So
right.
We should
The rule book doesn't say how long the enchanted sleep goes on. Maybe the goblin's in an enchanted sleep and we have to go find the owl women to wake up his goblin friend, or he'll be like Sleeping Beauty and be sleeping forever.
You could also
so maybe we have to go redeem our goblin friend here who's been unrightfowly put to sleep.
He's been unfriended.
We could also just break Sigmund out of jail and then go
right.
Find owlbears,
right,
and bring back.
But the point is that in my only fear of that is that if we get we got the guards and the Vigla, if we get the town against us at this point, it's like nothing can really.
Right, and they could get.
Well, if it goes bad, let's break him out.
Yeah, I agree. If it goes bad, let's break him out. Yeah.
And then.
Kill everybody, then break them out.
You were just Grimball, you were just heading back on the road of redemption.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, whoops.
He wants to go into.
I had a little flashback there. Sorry.
Give me about an hour to decorate them up like orcs, and then I'll let you loose.
You could have kept the tea, and then we could have given him tea. Have a tea ceremony.
Maybe we should talk to Vigler and tell him what we found first, and tell him that we could be helpful to him in this if he is willing to be reasonable and not lean on Petra's son. If he's willing to drop charges and let the boy go, we can help him deal with this threat, and perhaps other things too. Perhaps we don't want to say that right off the bat, hey, we know Bjornings and stuff, but we could offer ourselves as mediators for a deal after that. But first, I think we want to talk about the Owl Woman and say, hey, this is an actual threat. You've already been hurt by it in a couple ways, and the town is going to know the truth one way or another, so you're going to have to deal with it.
I would say something like, to the extent of, maybe that would be a tough pill to swallow, whereas, hey, give us, how long is it going to take us to get 30 miles on horseback?
You could probably get there within a day.
Right, so if we ask for 3 days...
Why don't we kidnap Vigler?
We could do that. I mean, I'd say ask him first, right?
Yeah.
See if you can get 3 days out of him.
I like the public forum better than the private.
I just don't I want to ask him, but I don't trust that he won't just turn around and go and,
I think we need to sway the crowd to have us.
Sure. I'm good with that.
Obviously, he's keeping company.
Maybe we need to call a town meeting and talk to the people and tell them what we found first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And see if anyone else has seen an owl woman. This guy keeps company with a goblin, so pretty much the guy's based on, his basis is shadow. I mean, if he's got keeping company with a goblin, he's already infiltrated into the shadow anyways. He pretty much needs to be dead, but, we don't have the right to just kill him straight out. But
right.
Well, why don't we go ahead and do a town meeting now?
Yeah.
Or we could just kill everybody here, then have a town meeting.
Yeah, let's have a town meeting now, and then.
Yeah, I agree.
And then if it turns to bloodshed, we do it at night.
Town is not. You gather around and get from which you are planning feelers and stuff. The town is not horribly interested in listening to you tonight, but everybody is going to come out to see the trial in the morning, and they're going to be hanging on everybody's word. So your plan is very, very doable, but not just in calling a town meeting. You don't have this pool here to do that.
Okay.
Right.
So we can go around the town at night and say, you're not going to believe the incredible twists that are going to happen tomorrow, and startling new evidence that is going to prove, that is going to prove the innocence of the accused boy. It's going to be amazing. It's going to scare you shitless. You know what I mean?
You can do that.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
So how many guards does this Vigler have? Getting back to the kill everybody theory.
He's got 4 guards, and mostly spent guarding his witness, and he and the goblin guard Sigland.
The jail.
Let's pay some kids to put up posters saying, "You won't believe the astonishing evidence that's going to prove Sigland's innocence at tomorrow's trial."
We don't have any proof, though. That's the problem.
Oh my God! Do you not understand how marketing works? Okay, let me tell you how many billions of dollars a year women over 50 spend on creams that are supposed to take away their wrinkles, and have been doing so since there were women over 50. And I'm over 50, and guess what? I still have fucking wrinkles. But have I spent the money? Yes, I have.
So
you might have more though if it wasn't for those products.
So we still need to keep we need to keep the goblin under wraps.
Yeah.
So you may have to do your.
You might have
Well,
to
he's
do your thing.
sleeping.
You know what?
Yeah, but he'll wake up in the morning, right?
No. I mean, it doesn't say in the book when he wakes up, so
I
that's
say
up
it's
to
about
Garrett.
an 8 to 10 hour sleep. He'll wake up in the morning.
Yeah, it's enchanted sleep.
You know,
I didn't know if it
maybe
was
you
like the
should,
sleep that Gandalf went
I
through.
think you need to take him out again because he'll incite the crowd.
Maybe you should take out some of the guards at around midnight or later or something, and like go around and do it to various.
Well, I mean, I could elf light everybody, you know.
If you need to, you might need to in the morning. You might need.
Well,
to.
we
I'm
might
gonna run
need
out
the-
of hope. I'm
you
gonna
know,
run
we
out
might-
of hope, though.
we might need the elf light to escape with Siglin.
Yeah.
And we will see what happens with this trial and all of this next session.
Yeah, I mean,
All
so do we already? Is Walden now going to change his testimony? Is that?
He's going to.
Yeah, we believe so.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to try and get him to tell the truth again.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's
No.
going to.
It cost me a point of hope to cast a spell, so it's not without
So
cost.
build up
But
some hope for heaven's sake.
You
I
can't
was
in the
gonna
middle
say
of
for
an
different
adventure.
I know.
So thank you for tuning in to Company of the Whiskey Drinking Bear. I hope you enjoyed this cliffhanger episode. This episode, besides the what the group did for their fellowship phase, is an original module that I wrote called Foul Deeds in the Path of Serpents. So hope you enjoyed it.
Very good.
Yay.
excellent.
Thanks for
Excellent.
listening.
Bye. Thanks for
Yeah,
listening.
bye, everyone.